gonna start recording.
Address the allegations.
Address the allegations. Address the allegations. So before we get to the allegations, let's go ahead and switch over here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of my podcast, Origin Stories. I'm joined this week with Sugar Gun, artist, book cover, creative, and you've done work in comics. So please, y'all, welcome Sugar. Sugar,
clapping emojis in the chat.
Right, emojis in the chat. Sugar, where can people find you? Where do you prefer to be?
Okay, so here's my problem, right? And it has to do with a Russian dance team. There's this Russian dance team called Sugar Gun, and they have monopoly on the name. So if it's not Sugar Gun, it's Sugar Gun with like an underscore under it. I've asked for it. The account is dead. So I'm not the Russian dance team, but I'm on all socials, except DeviantArt, because we don't talk about them.
we don't speak of DeviantArt. I'm glad I phrased the question the way I did for later.
Sorry, people did that. Sorry, read chat.
No, it's good. It's good. So yeah, just note for chat. There's still time to submit questions. There's a pinned message at the top of the Twitch chat. This is being recorded for YouTube, which will go live on my YouTube channel, Fenris Star VT, Monday. Right now, currently, there's episode 0, which is me, and episode 1, which is Caleb Obscurus. Please do check them out and support Sugar, Caleb. This podcast is about highlighting them, their stories. So please do go support them. So real quick run a show. Like to get the run a show out first. I will open up with the first set of questions. I'll go drill into a little more lighter questions. We'll play Shake or Shame, which Shake or Shame is basically smash or pass, but my version of it, where I introduce you to topics and you can agree with them or you can disagree with them and explain why.
Oh.
And then we have
everyone can learn I'm a hater.
Right. And then we actually have a good amount of viewer submitted questions too, and we'll probably get more as the podcast goes. So I'm going to try to throttle my questions, and if we have time for more, we can dig back into them. And then we'll do one more question at the end, series of plugs, and that's it. All right. So Sugar, you want to give like a quick like introduction of like who you are? Like what is your like, you're in an elevator and someone's like, what do you do?
Oh, well, I wouldn't answer them first of all. I'd ignore that and get off.
You know, like, just like shuffle into the corner more.
You ever been on the bus and you ping the stop too early and you just get off anyways because you don't want to say like sorry to the bus driver? Just me.
You just walk in the rain for 2 more miles.
Yeah, I just get off. Yeah, whatever. Walking's good for you. I would say I am a freelance artist and I'll pretty much draw whatever you want. That's usually my go-to. I've done, shadow work for other creators where I've straight up pretended to be them, and recreated their work enough to pass. I've flatted comics. I helped flat Harley Quinn 19 for Sweeney Boo.
That's cool.
I do character design work, which is mostly where my passions lie. I hate sketching, inking. I hate all aspects of art except for coloring. Fun fact, that's all I want to do. If I never had to sketch anything again, I wouldn't. I hate inking so much. It's like a brand. Right. I would that's why I can't do my own comic, because if they make me ink, that's the end. I'm also kind of a crass individual. I'm a bit I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm pretty blunt. I try and be straightforward and honest with people. I'm also identify as asexual. I'm an ace creator. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I think. Nope, I covered all my bases.
Great. Yeah, no, you're also a DM, so I got some DM questions for you.
Oh, sorry. He meant to say also a control freak.
All my homies say
local
outlines.
Control freak. Yeah, I'm also a first-time dungeon master. Right. Where I have forced all of my friends into essentially an escape room while I torture them with their own backstories.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, So that's perfect. Y'all, please go check out Sugar Gun. Their questions are pinned. Would appreciate that a lot. So let's hit the first big question. Are you ready?
Sure, why not?
All right. So what is your origin story?
What does that mean? Like
so
personal life or like my character?
The idea with this question is to kind of get into, if asked, like, what is your beginning, right? And do you consider that as the artist? Do you consider that as your background? Where do you want to start telling your story?
Well, it all started when I was born. No.
Started with.
My origin is kind of like I've always had a complicated relationship with art where it is what I wanted to do fundamentally, but I wasn't allowed to. Not because of like my parents, like, no daughter of mine is going to go to art school. It was more like I faced homelessness as a teenager, and I grew up in a horrible environment in living in what I like to call disaster poverty. And a lot of the only outlets that I had were through drawing. And once I learned what an OC was, it was over for everybody. I think a lot of my like origins with art really came to like, I just needed like an escapism. I have that. Do y'all know about like the Apple test where it's like, close your eyes, everyone close your eyes right now. Everyone close your eyes. I want you to imagine an apple.
Right.
And how realistic can you imagine an apple? From some people, is they can't see shit. To others, they can see, like 300 DPI Honeycrisp apple. For me, I can like, if I close my eyes, I can not only imagine full detail, I could change its poly count if you asked, its color, spin it around like it's a basketball, smash it in my mind. And that escapism comes from having complex trauma and a desire to escape reality, which made me really OP at being creative because I can just imagine what people are describing. Before that, I was in the culinary world.
Orange?
I see an orange.
You see an orange?
You mean the color? Because I can also imagine like different colors of oranges. Answers your question literally.
Anyways,
when I was in the culinary field, that is a lot. So if you guys don't know, I was a line cook for 10 years. I made it to sous chef before COVID happened. Shout out to COVID. Shout out to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Oh.
And
Backstreet's back. Oh no.
Oh no. And then I had my government gave certain individuals that lost their jobs enough money to survive, and I could draw all the time. And I had this like epiphany of like, why haven't I been taking this seriously? Like, there's no reason why I can't. And now that I have time, and then it kind of took off from there. I would say 2020, I decided I will make money off of my art instead of just passively, where I was kind of doing like a commission every 3 months for a random YouTuber. To now, and I think that's kind of the origin. Like, if you mean origin necessarily as like who is my PNG tuber, it is just more of a personification of all aspects of things that I like. It's loosely modeled after what I look like IRL, but that's about it.
Right. So you normally have the horns and.
Mm-hmm. So I do normally have. I come equipped with demon horns and pointy ears.
Right.
Normally.
Right.
In all aspects.
I love the gas in chat. So I mean, I guess that's a good segue question. Like, is there a Sugar Gun, like a pure Sugar Gun OC? I know there's a lot of different fandom OCs.
Oh yeah, I actually shout out to the real fans in chat. Tried to do my own webcomic, and so don't get sad. But all of my friends made fun of it at a party in front of me, and I never touched it again. Until that happened, I was working on it, one page every week. It's called Rain. You can still find it on Webtoons, Canva. You can still find it. I dropped it. I can't even look at it anymore because I just feel an immense amount of sadness. But they're all original characters. They're no fan anything. It was about a girl who was born with paranormal powers, and her witch best friend take on interdimensional issues.
So supernatural, kind of but with women.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Except we're not shipping them together, anyways.
I mean, maybe not. Officially.
I mean, you can chat if you want to. I'd
if
love
you
to see
want to. Okay, so
what's up, you?
So let's back it up. So you started in culinary. Like, what got you into culinary? How'd you start
So
that?
when you're like a homeless youth, if you need a job, shout out to the homeless youth out there. They will hire you. You're
Just straight up
15,
no
you need a
training.
job. You're 15, you need a job. A kitchen will hire you. Okay? Like they will do it. They'll pay you student wage because they're scum, but they will hire you.
You can't stop the
And
student.
as a homeless teenager, those were the only places that would hire me. And I went from there and I realized if you're neurodivergent, you need to hyper focus. There's this like thing about working the line where you get an adrenaline rush. And a lot of cooks actually get addicted. That's why a lot of cooks are addicts.
Mm-hmm.
They get addicted to the adrenaline rush that you get during rush hour at work. And it makes the day evaporate because you're so hyper focused on work, prep, cook, clean, go home. And it can be pretty negative too, especially if you're neurodivergent like myself. You'll work 70 hours a week and you just burn out really, really hard. But
Yeah.
I became a cook. I do love cooking. I love the craft to the day I die. But I did it because they would hire me.
Like shout out Anthony Bourdain. I think that's like something that like,
oh my god, my father.
You and I like met.
Pour
we were
one
just
out.
once I learned you knew culinary, I'm just like,
Dude,
the struggle. I know.
I really like Anthony Bourdain. I'm off topic. I really feel like the culinary world will not recover his loss.
No, it will not.
Like genuinely, no one's replacing him. He really showed white people that food is good over the border.
He was the punk rock of culinary, and like
he was a real one. And and here's why I love him, because he made fun of Jamie Oliver on press, and I think that's funny as hell.
Yeah, he was so good about doing that Uncle Roger picked that up as a bit. Did
he? Yeah. Uncle Roger. Yeah. Yo, all me and the homies hate Jamie Oliver. Anyways.
Yeah. he's such an easy target, but it's one of those things where it kind of highlights the bullshit of like,
it's like
culinary.
Chills. He's an easy target, but
I love my chat right now. So okay. How far did you actually get into culinary? Like, did you actually go and get your certification?
I didn't work. Yeah, I attended culinary school. So seals. So they're called seals, and there's different seals across the world. And a red seal is just an entry level cook as far as anyone's concerned. The culinary industry is one of those rare industries where it's technically a trade. So no one really gives a fuck if you have a seal, if you know what you're doing. Qualifications for seals are also, in my opinion, ableist and capitalist bullshit, because you have to pay a fuck ton of money to take the course. And I think it's a 99% passage. So if you get like a random temperature wrong, you don't pass. I did take it. I did fail. I think I failed at 89, and it was $230 at the time. And I was like,
that's
yeah, fuck that.
B.
Well, I'm in Canada, so that's an A. But yes, that's high majority. And it cost me 250 Canadian shekels, which is a lot of money. And I went, I told my chef, and I was like, because you got to have 500 hours or something like that to even qualify. And I was really bummed out. And he goes, "Oh, fuck that, dude. No one ever gets their seal. That's just some yuppie shit." And I was like, "Thanks, chef. I really needed to hear that."
Yes, chef. Thanks, chef. Well, okay,
it's just entry level bullshit, but I did attend culinary school.
You did attend, and you basically were up there. Like, did you like have a specific place where you just always line, where you sue, like?
So the culinary industry is rife with misogyny. So every woman that starts works pastries, whether you want to or not. And then if you're lucky, they'll let you do salads. That being said, there is this idea that so a lot of the chefs are misogynist. I was told to my face I will never make more than $17 an hour, and when I quit the industry, I was making $24 an hour. So fuck you. But the thing is that they'll have a misogynistic viewpoint, and then the line cook will walk out, and then you have to take it over, and then they're like, "Oh." And I remember my one chef exclusively referred to me as Princess. He goes, "Princess, I didn't know you knew how to make pasta dishes." I was like, "You think I can't boil pasta?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." And so you also have to have guts. You can't be meek in the kitchen. They'll walk all over you. But when I quit, I was working in a steakhouse, and I was the steak chef, and I was head of my line. So I was garde manger.
Let's go. Yeah, I've heard that before, where it's just like if you want to cut it in culinary, you kind of have to like, kick ass and take names.
There is a place for soft spirits in the culinary industry, and I don't believe that it has to be run in a militant kind of vibe, but many are. There's like At the Table With, which is like a show on like Netflix, and it used to be on the Food Network, where they interview a lot of chefs, and you'll see the biggest pricks you've ever seen in the culinary industry, but you will also see soft spirits and people who are in it for the craft and the love of just food. Like gift giving is a love language, and that includes cooking. Many people just cook because they love it. And like, I never like, whenever I'm like meeting someone, like, don't get jaded because I'm like a jaded asshole. Like, if you really want to be a line cook, go for it. But just, you can't have thin skin. You have to you have to toughen up.
Yeah,
you're gonna get called a slur. Just get used to it now.
That's kind of what deferred me from culinary. Just I got so close into culinary, and then I was just like, nah, this industry's kind of bullshit.
No, it is. You'll never like.
It really is.
If you prepare to make minimum wage for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. So on a lighter note, then, you and I have talked at this at length. What's your favorite thing to make?
Oh, so I hate making all food, but so I actually have like, if I'm trying to like seduce you, I have a seduction items of food that I'll make. And usually they involve 2-step processes. I hate anything I have to bread and fry. Like, I will never make a veal parmesan for myself. I'd rather die too many steps. Just be quiet. How dare you? Chicken parm for you.
It's one of those things where a lot of Americans like.
No, it's too many steps.
Veal though. A lot of Americans don't know what veal is, and they're like,
"Oh,
what?
Sorry." In Canada, it's baby cow. Anyways, okay. I'm about to go on a tangent here. Get ready for it. All beef sold in North America is under 8 months in age. All cow is technically veal. Anyways, veal is just a horrible life the cow goes through. The calf. But what was I gonna say? I'll have like vibes when it comes to what I want to make. So like, I will get like, say like fiddleheads. That's like they're grown in Quebec. They're ferns, and you're only able to eat them through like a 2-month period. And I'll be like, I'm into fiddleheads, and I'll be marinating them and grilling them, and that's my thing. And then I'll wake up one day and I'll be like, I don't like fiddleheads anymore. You know what I do like? Lemons. And then I'll be on a lemon kick. So it shifts. It depends on how my chakras are aligned. I don't really have a favorite food.
Yeah, you've seen me do that with like curry and like, pickled red onion and stuff like that, where like I'll send you a picture and you're just like, is that pickled red onion?
One time Fenris here sent me a bunch of jars of brown liquid, and I was like, girl, what is that? And he's like, it's my curry. And I was like, that's not what it looks like.
It's like
my curry.
It's like single serving too, because you just have to reheat it, and then like
his little mason jars.
It's perfect. Okay, so here's a good one. Your background cooking, is there a recipe you've created that is your recipe?
I don't believe that that's possible, to answer your question. I don't think there is such thing as creativity in food necessarily anymore. And my greatest example will be the viral crunchy fruit. I eat beautiful pastries. Every fucking bakery is making those now. The person who came up with that is plagiarized to shit. It's the same thing with people making like sushi burritos. Like, I truly don't believe that individuality exists within the culinary industry. Like, there's always going to be trailblazers coming up with things. But to answer your question more specifically, I more like have something I like to add into food. So I've got 2 things. I love to add lemon zest to shit.
Ooh,
if I'm ossobuco, you make an ossobuco, I've been braising it all day. I love to finish it off with lemon zest. Or like, I used to make these like strawberry flatbread, and I would do like whipped ricotta and like crap in it, but I would always toss the strawberries and sugar and lemon zest. And that was always my thing. Adding lemon zest to shit where it doesn't need to be. And
I'm wrapping my head around strawberry flatbread.
It's delicious. It's beautiful. You ever watch Kojima, and he's always posting his beautiful strawberry sandwiches?
Hideo Kojima, the man who's just like, oh yeah, I have to rewrite my game 5 times because I predicted everything that happened.
But I also like to add chili flakes into things. Now the trick, chat, viewers listening, anyone listening, hi. This is what you want to do with your chili flakes. Say you're making a nice pastina, all right? You move all your meats and everything to the side so you have a well in the center. Drop the heat. Add a little olive oil. Remember, you want hot pan, cold oil. And then I like to rub the chili flakes in my hand to activate the oils, and then I toast them first, and then you mix them in, and that really brightens up their flavor. And I'd be adding that shit into everything.
Take notes.
Which is not very creative, but I love it.
Take notes. All right. There'll be a quiz at the end of this. Okay. No, that I really want to dip into your culinary experience because like that's something that pops up a lot. And there's a lot of culinary concepts that actually do, I feel like, transfer over into like creative work.
I believe so too. You have to have an eye for detail.
Exactly. There's concepts like eye for detail. I teach designers whenever I mentor a designer. I teach them mise en place.
The mise. We call that the mise in the business.
Right, the mise. Right.
Your fucking mise looks like shit, and then I spill all your bowls and tell you to do it again.
Exactly. Which is a huge thing.
Do that.
So
one time, this line cook left early. He fucked all of us over. So I went over to his line and took all of his 2x4s and flipped them over.
What?
Anyways, you're saying?
No, that's a good
My
story.
character's also slightly a villain.
Right. A little bit vindictive. Okay.
Fuck him, dude. It was a Sunday night and we had like 2 covers. Anyways, it's fine. I'm over it. Yeah. I've matured past that point.
So maybe on that topic, right? What was the catalyst that made you leave culinary for art? It sounds like the
COVID-19.
But like, was there a specific thing that you're just like, oh.
There was this memoir.
Okay.
I didn't have it up. Cook. There was a memoir written by a cook. When I don't have his name on me, so super sorry. But when COVID-19 happened, a lot of cooks lost their jobs. And he had written this part in it. I'm sorry. I have dyslexia and I'm really, really bad with names. So I'm super sorry. I don't remember the name. But he had written this passage and it was pretty much just like, I don't know what it was like to spend a Friday night on the couch. And I have spent, I don't know my birthdays. I don't know, like I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't celebrate holidays because when you are good at something, you become indisposable. So you are not permitted to have time off, even when it's important. So when COVID-19 happened and I was able to sit down, first of all, I was having panic attacks constantly because I felt like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. But it was also kind of nice to just wake up at, 9 p.m. or sorry, 9 a.m., not p.m. Right. Because I had to be up at 6 because I had to be awake, uniform clean, on the bus to work, start setup for first prep and then lunch. And I'd slept in years. And I was like, wow. And then I remember Easter came around during the lockdown and I was sitting there and I could feel my heart, like I was having heart palpitations because I had this anxiety that I had to be working. Right. And I had to be cleaning plates and yelling and moving and asking where my scramps are. And I wasn't. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll draw something. Yeah. And I had this realization. I'm like, I hate the industry. It was never good to me. And I was like, art's way better. I hate art. Don't get me wrong, but it's way better.
Yeah. So like, when I was with Nike, right, and doing that stuff, same thing with Black Friday, right, where Black Friday coming along, and it's like go, get ready for the season, go, and just kind of having that moment of breath of like, oh, I don't have to bust my ass,
and there's no reward either.
Exactly. Yeah, and a lot of people have a hard time seeing that while other people being forced to return to office. They're like, oh yeah, isn't it so much better? It's like, think about what you're losing. No, it's not. It's like more expensive too because you have to pay for gas and a sitter and all of these things that people don't consider. And like when you're like a cook, like I couldn't have a pet. Are you kidding me? I couldn't. I wouldn't. I'm never home. The poor thing would spend all of its time alone. Yep. So you're isolated too. Yeah, pretty much. So did you do anything else like in between or like around then, like office work or anything like that? No. Well, I did work very briefly making assets for this one random Australian company. And then they sold all of their Canadian shares and returned back to Australia when COVID happened. And I'm pretty sure there was a lawsuit against them. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
So,
Other than
so
that, no.
cool, perfect. So as far as like art, right? Do you have any formal training in art, or did you
No.
self teach?
Literally no. Self-taught completely. Well, I went to the school of YouTube.
So then next question: how do you go about studying and learning art?
So say you want to draw something, and this is always thing, and I give our boy Blue Man here crap for this all the fucking time. People need to start smaller. You you want to draw clouds? Go outside and look at clouds. Go take photos of clouds. And then go on YouTube, type in how do I draw clouds and watch a video about it. Like there's this kind of idea that like there are some artists that I've grown up with and they have not moved the needle. They have stayed stagnant because they plateaued and perfected what they already knew. And I think a lot of times artists have an ego, especially younger artists, about how to improve. And a lot of people think that like school is beneath them and learning is beneath them because they should know, whether it comes from like rejection sensitivity, dysphoria, or ego. But I would give anything to be able to go to a live study and just sit down and draw some naked dude just for the practice, right? And if you want to get better, you need to start small and you need to be able to fit it, like chew what's in your mouth, instead of trying to pile in 7 more spoonfuls because you want to be able to draw full body artwork so that you can sell it or draw your OCs or whatever. Start small, start minute, like look up how do I draw ears and just study drawing ears. There's a billion, million, like zillion free tutorials on Pinterest, on YouTube, on DeviantArt, like all these sorts of places. And I think that's, if you want to start anywhere, you need to start from the basics and the bottom.
So in general though, like as far as like learning specific skills, right? How do you go about learning skills?
Literally look it up. I'm super serious.
Yeah,
There are free courses too, like, and there is also a lot to be taken in by having creative friends. Like I was watching my friend draw in person, and did I slug them in the shoulder? Yes. Why the hell are you drawing with your wrist? Never let me see you do that again. And like, what are you doing? Use your shoulder. And then they'd go, oh, well, I didn't know to do that. And I was like, well, and that's also the boat. You also need friends that are creative. Like, don't bubble yourself or put yourself in a vacuum. Surround yourself with creative people and be willing to get feedback from them. If I send I've sent my friends whips, and they're artists too, like they're commissioned, and they'll be like, do you mind if I redline this really quick? And I go, yeah, go for it. Right? I don't have an ego about it because I want to improve, right? And you don't get that kind of feedback when you surround yourself with like the sycophants and the yes men. You really want like to be looking up courses. You want to be surrounding yourself with creatives who will give you advice, and not having an ego about it will get you way farther.
That's a huge piece. Like just not having an ego is like so hard for so many people to do.
That's the killer of chefs. Like in the industries, they all had egos and they made mistakes because they couldn't humble themselves.
You'll run into people who have like 10, 20 years experience, and they'll have such an ego. It's like, I know the only way. And like, I'll rant about this with Japanese game devs where they're like the Issei mentality of like, I know exactly what's happening and how to do it. That's how you end up with Final Fantasy 14 1.0. That is exactly what happened. That's how you end up with Kingdom Hearts taking years and years and years. And then we get Kingdom Hearts 3,
That's what happened with Duke Nukem. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's what happened with Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Sweet. So this is a fun one. What's your preferred art style, and what are 2 to 3 styles you've studied?
So I think the best art styles are as simple as they get. Like when you think about like old may God rest his soul, Toriyama, when his old art was just circles, dude. He just flicked that pen up, brought it up, flicked it back down. Everything was circular. And I think his style, like I understand that he was also drawing in a known retro style at the time, but I think the simpler the better. If you see artists that I'm being annoying about, I guarantee you that their art style is highly simplistic. I think it takes a lot of knowledge to pull away. Like I feel like anyone can do hyper realistic because that is just drawing what you see. But I think the order to understand hyper simplicity takes an entirely different mindset.
So you're saying like the ability to take what you see and translate it into something that's simplistic, right?
There is a culinary belief called less is more, and it is, I can tell when the plate designer has a young hand because they put too much on the plate to design it. And a mature hand puts very little to show off what's going on. And like you'll get a dessert plate that's covered in chocolate hearts and sugar baskets, and there's a splat of puree on it, and then there's the broken dessert with cookie crumbs, and I'm like, whoever plated this is 21. I can tell.
What's funny about that is I used to have a phrase called design sprinkles. And you know how when you add sprinkles to something, there's always the right amount, but then there's definitely too much. It's the same concept,
Yeah, I think less is more, and I think that people who can draw hyper simplicity probably are very, very talented if they wanted to draw another style, because they understand what to take away that still makes what you're looking at readable.
Right. So that's a good segue. Like, so as a creative, who are your inspirations, right? Who do you look like?
I honestly don't know anyone's name. Well, I wish I wrote this down earlier. Okay, shout out to Taito Kubo, who doesn't love Bleach. Do I hate the way he draws feet? Yes. Why is it feet? Don't ask me. Love Taito Kubo's art. His line work I think is the best in the game. Who else? Got a shout out to Toriyama. His line work too is always something I've admired, in his simplicity and shapes and stuff like that. There's like a bunch of like pencil artists that I really admire that I can't remember the names of. I'm very, 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 very bad at names. I can't remember anyone's name. I can't remember anyone's birthday. I'm the worst. But like that's off the top of my mind are those two. If I remember later, I'll shout them out really loudly.
Right. Yeah. Like I always keep art puts around of my favorite artists. Like I have like one of Yoshitaka Amano and stuff like that. It's always interesting to see who's the person that, the person you look at inspired by. Like if you go talk to like, if you talk to like a modern artist, they'll be like, oh yeah, no, I got inspiration for Beck. And Beck's like, no, I got inspiration from Rolling Stones. Right. And you can follow that all the way down to like the origin, right? The master of the master.
I can't say this name. I was just trying to remember this one guy. I guess it's such a like classic. I'm not going to try and pronounce this. You can try and read it. He is a Polish horror artist, and he was like murdered by his assistant. His paintings are crazy. I've always admired his work.
It's I always try and I maul it.
Couldn't try.
Yeah, no, definitely someone to look for. Oh, who was the artist behind Aliens? Crap.
I'm so bad at names. It's actually become like a point of issue with me in the industry where I'll be like, oh yeah, I worked on this thing. And like, oh, who was the editor on that? I'm like, oh, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
HR Geiger. Yes, thank you. HR Geiger. That's someone I look at a lot.
One? The Castlevania artist I really like too.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Ayami Kojima. I also big slut for her. Beautiful art. I'm so bad at names. It's actually like a point of shame. I don't know anyone's fucking names.
Okay, so I'll slug away. What does your workflow look like?
Chaos.
Pure chaos control.
I have unmedicated ADHD, and how I work is frightening. It's unhinged. Frankly, it's barbaric. I wake up whenever I wake up on my day off. My office hours are 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday to Sunday. Monday to Saturday. I take Sundays off. I wake up, I make 2 full coffees, and if you know anything, they're in the limited edition Pokemon Mega Mugs. So it's a lot of coffee. I drink 1 before I start. I make sure I see if anyone's uploaded anything to YouTube because I used to not draw. I used to be really bad at commissions, and like I actually got in trouble online before for not being able to deliver commissions because I couldn't draw anything I didn't care about. And if you commissioned me to draw your character standing next to Roxas, I just didn't give a crap. And I didn't want to draw it because I didn't want to draw your reader insert because I was an asshole. And one day I was doing this art for this YouTuber, and he was so polite, but he pretty much told me, you need to stop doing commissions if you don't want to do them. And I was like, oh, I liked the idea, of taking commissions, but I didn't like the idea of doing them.
Yeah.
So I had to change my mindset when it came to commissions. Drawing commissions is not drawing to me, it is work. So I can work. That I knew I could do. So I don't consider like working, drawing. I consider it work. Like its own abstract idea. And it starts with a gigantic coffee and 2 forms of stimulant, whether it be like listening to something like really, really, really loudly. Metal music is usually my go-to. Or watching something so abhorrent and boring on YouTube. Right now, I've been obsessed with someone explaining to me whether or not the river systems in games are realistic.
What?
I'm obsessed with it. It's so fucking boring. Oh
Like,
my God.
I've seen you work on stream before. You usually have like some sort of like legal drama or
That's
something
for the
up.
people. That's for the people. That's for the people.
Yeah. It's just, to me, I'm like, huh?
I love it. I love it. I loved watching Lori Daybell represent herself in court. Oh my God. Oh, it was amazing. She was so bad at it. And when they were explaining the objection, I was like, oh, this is so boring.
Right.
Like, I love it. Because what it helps is it helps me to focus on what I'm doing because I'm able to skim through something else. So pretty much I learned that the hack for ADHD, if you want to focus, is you need something else going on, like a body double or anything that helps you focus. And I will sit there and, and I will draw until my stop working drawing alarm goes off.
Right.
I also have to set alarms to eat because I'll forget. And my process literally goes, I work on 3 commissions at a time. That's my rotation. Sketch. I send that shit out. You approve it. Cool. I take it back. I add colors and flats. I send it back. You approve it. Cool. And then I line and render. And while I'm waiting for people to approve things, because I'll be dead in my grave before someone answers me within 24 hours, I just start the next commission. And I just keep going. And once I hit all 3, I stop drawing. Because if I go beyond that point, I know, say I'm working for you, I'm doing something for you, and I send you over Fenris being like, yippee! And I'm like, Zach will love it. And then I start lining it, and you're like, hey, so sorry, was in a meeting. I actually rethought this. I don't want him to be yippee. I want him to be, oh, can you change that? And I'm like, I'm looking at something I've already lined. Never do that. Wait for the client to approve it. Do not go ahead. You will burn yourself every time.
No, that's happened, and yeah, that's very true. I think like we have a lot of people in chat just like resonating with that, and I just heard about someone I know who's a video editor, and like, yeah, I have to have something playing at the same time while I'm working. So like, it might be a creative thing, it might be a neurodivergent thing. It's fascinating to me, especially with like people, forcing creatives back into office and being less efficient, right? Because they're not able to create their area, their zone that they're most efficient in.
And then you have to deal with office culture bullshit and politics, was just an added stressor.
Oh my God. Ugh, I love PBS NewsHour. See what I mean? So on that note, what's your preferred tools when creating art? Do you have an ideal setup? Maybe one you don't yet have?
No. I want both monitors in front of me. I want one of those little fucked up half keyboards, because right now I have to push my full ass keyboard up into underneath my monitor so I can have my tablet there. I don't even use a screen tablet. Screen tablets are propaganda. I have a non-screen tablet. I use a what are those? It's like a blue menthol lip rub to hold it up so it's on an angle, because I'm not going to buy it to stand, because that's stupid. And then I have a rotate. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was like, wait, blue menthol? Who makes the tablet blue menthol?
No, it's like a lip balm. I use it to hold my tablet up. Yeah, it's makeup. And then I've got a rotation of 3 drawing gloves, because I focus so hard my hands get sweaty. And then when they do, I got to rotate, and then I wash them. So I'm normal. Also, I need my cat stand beside me so Daisy May can come hang out. Bliss extension, exactly.
Daisy May.
That's how I work. That's how I want to work. I'll throw in a candle burning behind me, not to the side of me, because it hurts my eyeballs when there's little lights beside me. I even took the light above my desk out, so there's no big lights above.
Gotcha. So
I'm normal, just like you.
No, this all made sense, because like I remember you having a problem with your Wacom. I was like, I will send you this one that I'm not using. You're just like, no. I'm just like,
I don't want
this
that.
this one's nice. Like, and you're just like, no.
Don't hand me that shit.
Right?
Don't hand me that
Gotta
shit,
work
dude.
by candlelight. It's that meme of like the epic, like, writing so hard that the paper's setting on fire. Right? So here's a fun one, especially with commissions, right? When is an art piece done for you?
When it's at 80%.
Wait, explain.
I never do anything above 80%. There is no 100% art. Art is done when it's good enough. I know that's like for that is a lesson. If you are an artist, shout out to Defiant Drills in the chat. They also have that philosophy.
Right.
A lot of people burn themselves out trying to reach 100 every time. Every time you get 100, the bar moves. When I was a line cook, one of the hardest lessons I had to learn is do not go above and beyond, because above and beyond will become your new standard. If you are constantly able to push out 80%, you will always be able to make 80%. I don't even color art for myself. I just sketch, because that is what I'm comfortable delivering for myself. And now this is as far as I want to go, and I don't push that ever, because I don't see a reason to. And that's my 80% for myself. With clients, it's when I have collapsed all of the layers and attached a clip multiply layer that's slightly pink at 2%, that is when the drawing is done. That's when I've hit the end. But whenever I hit 80%, I've only ever had in my life like 3 clients want a change after I've sent out the final product. But that is also because I have a lot of steps along the way, and I try and be very communicative with my clients if I can help it.
Your approach is actually kind of rare, because like I've dealt with other artists and other commissions, and like working with other people throughout my life, and like you're one of the few people who is really good about doing check-ins and being on time and like actually vocalizing that up front.
Yeah. Right now I'm behind. Unfortunately, I had a kidney infection, so I'm like 3 weeks behind on all my clients. I've caught up for the most part. I have one outstanding commission left, and then I am back on track. But when you treat art like a job and you start to schedule yourself, like I have a calendar, you find you're able to hit your deadlines more, especially if you understand your workflow. Now, like, of course, you can always get like your ankle broken by a fucking client that's like, sorry, I don't answer this email. I only answer it on Fridays. Like, you might have to deal with that every once in a while, but I'm annoying as hell. If you don't answer my email, I'll just DM you on Instagram. Like, you will answer me.
That's fair. Yeah, I always try to give people a deadline, respond by this time, right? And that's something I picked up a long time ago. And it's just like, if they get upset after that, I'm like, hey, I told you.
Yep.
Oh,
I forgot I got a cake pop. Shout out to Cake Pops in the chat.
Yo, let's go. So this is probably a good topic then. Like, since you do commission work and like you've been at it for a while, how do you approach opening for commissions?
You make a post, you give your price, you say PayPal only or whatever thing only, and you post it.
That's it. Like, is there any like unique structure to you, or are you just kind of like following the standard?
Only offer what you're willing to draw. Don't offer what you're not willing to draw, because you want money. Especially if you're a headspace kind of artist. Like, I feel like a lot of times small artists will get either taken advantage or disillusioned by a flash of cash and will be unable to deliver product. Walmart is actually pretty famous for doing this to artists that they find, and they'll send out contracts, and if you read the fine lines on their contracts, they're allowed to increase quantity amounts within a certain parameter of days. And many artists have like taken these big contracts as an individual, not as a company, and Walmart has needed more designs and they've been unable to deliver, and which has caused them a bunch of crap.
Jesus.
Yeah. So my idea with commissions is whatever you want to offer. If you just want to do sketch headshots, you got to have samples. Number one, have samples. Do not describe your ideas. You have to have samples. Draw something for your friends, post it up, whatever. 2, you have to have amount of slots that you think you can reasonably do. Typically, I take as many slots as there is interest, but some people will have like a hard 2 rule. Some people have like 40. It all just depends on how long the clients are willing to wait. When you take commissions, have a turnaround time in mind. I also recommend having a TOS. My TOS has grown and changed and morphed over time. Like mine specifically is like I have a no refund policy. And shout out again to Defined Drills, who helped send over a character ownership policy, because sometimes people will commission other people's characters without their consent.
Yeah.
I would also recommend having, like, if you don't want to do the raw dog post where you're like, here's my art, pay me, you can make a Google form or some sort of document or website that clearly outlines your structures. Like, I know Ko-Fi or Ko-fi also is great for that for some artists, even though they do take a cut. Same with VGen. A lot of people are more comfortable going through Ko-fi and VGen too because they have more security. But yeah, I just like, here's a pinup. You want this? Pay me. Send me a DM. I don't even like my email out there anymore because like of scraping bots. But
yeah,
you just
I've
let's
run
go
into
about
that same problem in a lot of ways. Just in my other work, and it's like I'm trying to erase my presence online. So like, how do you determine pricing? Because like a lot of artists I've worked with and know, I'm just like, you're charging too little.
So I think there's a fine line. Art is subjective, right? And I don't think that there's any art in the world worth $5. So if you're charging $5, please charge more.
Yeah.
Trying to get artists to change their prices is like pulling teeth. I have gotten to like real genuine arguments with friends who charge like $30 for their artwork. I'm all for art being accessible to people too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If you should be charging at least minimum wage per hour. At least give yourself the legal amount per hour and then calculate how long you take on average. If you take...
I'm looking at you, Cat.
Even,
I'm looking at you, Cat. I throw you extra money.
At least do that. If it takes you on average 5 hours, please just charge minimum wage wherever you live. If you could at least do that. Because people are telling me they're spending like 90 hours on illustrations and they charged $100. And I spit on the ground. I'm like, you're being trafficked at this point. Like, like charge something. Please, I'm begging you. Please charge your value. Because here's the other thing is I think art that is undervalued is valueless as well. So if you can't even respect your art enough to charge a little extra, how can you expect other people to respect it? For me, I follow the same philosophy. New York City typically charges, most freelance artists charge $36 an hour. On my book thing, if you want to hire me creatively, I charge hourly. Other than that, it takes me about 5 hours to do a pinup, so I charge $70 for them. I charge like for illustrations, it's $100 per character. Backgrounds are a set starting at $100, so they're about $200 per commission, and that is based off of how long it takes me to do them on average. And when you get into the big boy world, you need to start charging for revisions or having revision caps, and people want to add things on. How much are you going to charge for that? Like, when is your threshold hit? I like to charge all of those in mind. And then when people are like, can you make her hair red? Please, I forgot to mention that in the whatever that she had red hair. Like, yeah, that's fine because we're in the sketch phase. But if I'm in the finale of the product and you're giving the last okay and you're like, I'm so sorry, Sugar, she actually has red hair. I'm like, that's going to charge you. I'm going to charge you for that because you had like 9 steps to come to that conclusion. I understand that you forgot. Too late now. And so there's also those aspects in it. Like, for me, I just charge how long I think it'll take, more or less. So
yeah, that's always been a thing. Like back when I did freelance web design, right? I would always enter in, you have 3 revisions, period. After this point, you have 3 revisions. If it's not right, then that's on you.
Yeah.
There's got to be like a back and forth and a collaboration going on. Mm-hmm. So this kind of segues to a good topic that like comes up a lot, right? How do you feel about how artists are treated as freelancers? I love the laughter. You know where I'm going.
Oh God. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Sit down.
You will be treated better as a freelance artist. I just hope you don't have to pay insurance because you're going to have no savings. Have your own savings. You will always have a better life as a freelancer, but your personal health, especially if you're in America, sorry, Americans.
True.
You got insurance, you got to pay. You got, I don't know, all those other weird American fees that they have to pay. And you don't get that kind of security from being freelance. That being said, you have way more creative control. And so for me, I value creative control. So I value the ability. Say you ask me to draw a Fenris, I don't know, doing a Slavic squat, and I spit on the ground, disgusting. I don't want to draw that. I can tell you no, right? But if I work for your company and Slavic squat Fenris is on the table, I got to draw it.
Yep.
Right. I can't say no. Right. And that there's that value aspect of it as well.
Yep. So maybe a better follow-up question to that. What advice would you have for artists starting out as freelancing commission based on that idea?
Oh, fuck. Learn to draw furries. I'm so straight. I'm being so straight with you. Draw the muzzle. You want to make money? I'm being serious. You learn to draw headshots. Learn to draw profiles. Make that your focus. Start from there. I would also recommend you learn your basics before you take commissions. I would also recommend that you work on your ability to take feedback. I've worked for people that straight up said what I drew looks stupid and my character shouldn't look like that. And it is a 1-for-1 what they sent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be able to understand that clients will say out-of-pocket shit to you. Here's what you got to do. Forget everything I just said. Work 4 months in retail at a Walmart as a cashier. And that's your prep, okay? Then start taking commissions so that you have a bit of a thick skin for when someone says something so stupid to you that you can take it on the chin and keep walking.
Jesus.
Other than that, like you gotta, like, you need a thick skin. You need to be able to take feedback. You need to be able to understand boundaries, which a lot of people don't. Especially if you're like a cute girl. There's an email of all time that I have where somebody asked me to draw something insane about myself, didn't want to pay me anything, and then when I told them no, they freaked out on me. You need to be able to have boundaries with clients. You're gonna see, like, you need to have all these things set up, and you need to also accept that you're on the internet, and like, people can be weird. I think that you should know your basics, and you should know what you're able to mass reproduce. Because, like, sure, you can breach the industry making straight up full VTuber models, but if you can't deliver them, like, yeah, you could deliver one, and now you have 19 lined up. Can you deliver 19 of them? I don't think so. So I would also recommend, what can you produce? I can make pinups every day, all day, right? That's usually my go-to. If you see I'm open, that's usually what I'm offering. If you want more serious stuff, like you want book covers, you want me to create your VTuber. I don't rig or whatever, but I do create them. Those take time, and those take a lot of mental work.
Yep. I wanna dial back because I was going to move over this question because I thought you got it, but you kind of started going back into it.
Oh.
How do you handle feedback? What advice would you give there?
I think whatever the client usually has to say is probably wrong.
The client is always wrong.
Here's the thing, though, is that they're paying me. So do you want me to give an example with you, or do you want me to be abstract?
I can think of like 5 occurrences where I've been absolutely wrong. And I will admit to that as I am a mature adult.
How about you answer the question, sir, and not avoid it? Would you rather use you as an example?
I think probably the commission for Caleb when he debuted his new VTuber.
Oh, I'll never forgive you for that. My first sketch was so much better.
It was, and I'll admit that.
So much more fun. I was like, Zach, no, sorry, Fenris, no, you're wrong. This one is so fun. But that's the thing, is I have to respect what you want because you're the client. If that's not your vision, that's not your vision, right? Sometimes, like, the issues are fundamental. Like, someone will be like, his wings should be blue. And I'm like, sir, he is standing in front of the sun. That's going to change the color. Right. And they're like, his wings should be blue. They have to be blue. And it's like, okay, I'll make them blue. Just know this looks stupid. And that's how I feel about it, right? Like, a lot of times, like, the more antagonizing a client is, too, the more you should push that piece out.
Yeah.
As far as feedback goes, I just say, sure, whatever. And I send exactly what you want. Like, all my layers are locked. I'll just swap the colors around. I'll draw with the face really quickly, whatever it is to get it out.
Yep. No, sometimes, and this is true, sometimes they just have to see that they're wrong to be like, oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, I've been there, too. I have sent something out to clients, and they were like, oh, I thought that was, like, I thought that was her pants. I didn't know that that was actually, a belt or something. I'm being as abstract as possible, and they see it way later. But it's too late now. I'm like, yep, I sent exactly what you wanted the first time. But a lot of times when I send like something out, I don't send these to you because I worked with you so long. But if you've ever worked with me before, I'll often say, please take your time to look this over. Do not respond right away. If you have feedback, please present it in a bullet point fashion. Because people get also really, really excited to get art. They're like, yippee, art, yippee, I'm so happy. My goomfies kissing, rah, 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 rah. And they love it right away. And then I send the completed piece and they're like, I'm so sorry, but she doesn't have cat eyes. And I'm like, oh, I sent you like 3 sketches and your reference that you sent me had cat eyes. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I accidentally sent you her Halloween reference. Right. And I'm like, it's already done.
Like, I will back that up. Because there's something that I've learned from you is that sometimes letting the artist go, and this is why I full trust you now. It's like sometimes letting the artist go, you might get some deviations, right? But like, unless you're doing like specific business work, like if I was commissioning something for like, a game company I'm working for, it needs to be by very specific, right? But if it's art for like, Fen here, right? Half the time, seeing how an artist interprets something will get you a better product.
Oh, that's the best high in the goddamn world. There's nobody I hate more on this goddamn planet than someone who draws my OC better than me. I hate you. That's why every year on Art Fight, man, I'm like, God, I hate this person. What do you mean you did an oil painting of my OC? I hate you. God. Like, I'm a big hater.
It was crazy because, to kind of reveal, secret project. I gave Ueko Lopin, my D&D character, and cut him loose, right? And the product turned around, which, someday you all will might see that. You and I both looked at it, we're just like, this is
just sitting
sick.
on the art. It's crazy.
This is sick.
I'm like, this guy's crazy.
Right? Shout out to Echo. I see if they want to be on. Anyways. But yeah, no, absolutely agree with that point. Trust your artist, cut them loose a little bit more, loosen the reins, and you'll get a better product every time. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
So do you have any long-term creative goals?
Once I start Ritalin, it's over for everybody. Like once I can
mommy's
focus
had her
on
medicine.
Once I've had my special drink, it's over for you guys. Because here's the problem: is of course I do. Am I going to do them? Probably not. Like I had a goal this year to design a VTuber. Didn't do that. That was a lie. I lied. I just lied. I lied to all my streamers, all my chatters. I lied to everybody because then I was like, oh, I want to do this instead. Oh, I want to do this instead. And one of the bigger problems that I have is I get booked up really far in advance at times, and I can't work on personal projects. Like I thumbnailed a whole ass comic. I can't work on it because I have a book cover due, and then I have another book cover to start. Then I have this coming up, and then I have this coming up, and it's like I don't have time.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you find how do you find time to make your own stuff? Because there is a few pieces you do for yourself, right?
Oh, warm-ups.
Warm-ups.
I do a warm-up. I'll do something for myself, especially if I haven't drawn in a few days because I have like a day job. So I work until like 8:30, and then if I've got it in me to draw for myself after 8:30, I'll do it. But other than that, art for myself has really died down over the past like 8 months.
That's sad.
Womp womp.
Well, I mean, so on that note, like, what do you think is your biggest flex, right? When you're doing art, what's the thing that was just like,
I can color an entire piece in an hour.
Okay.
Someone in chat back me up. But you'll blink, I'm done coloring.
Well, I mean, you have said that coloring is your favorite thing to do, which
I also have it down to a science.
So like coloring and rendering, or like just coloring?
They're the same thing. Same thing.
Okay, good. Yeah. Calling that out. Let's see here. So kind of back on commissioning. Do you have advice for anyone who wants to commission art? Because you've seen how I commission you.
Okay. One, be straightforward. If you see somebody taking commissions and you see their commission post and they're like, I'm taking some commissions, message me. And you're like, oh no, this has 30 likes. I'm sure they've already filled their slots. The fuck they haven't. No, they haven't. Online attention does not equal clientele. So my belief is it takes 1,000 eyes to get one commission. So unless this thing has 30,000 likes on it, I assure you they're probably still open. The second is know what you want. I hate when someone is flippant with their request. If you say do whatever you want, I don't want to work with you. Tell me what you want. Okay? Have an idea what you want. I want my silly OC. I want her to be wearing this outfit. I want this pose. Please do this expression. If you're a style artist, like I have 2 different styles that I offer, I want it in this style. That's what I want. I want you to have references. And I swear to God, please, you send me the most accurate and current reference. Do not send me 19 different references that are all in different artist styles. And then when I pick one that I like the most, and you go, actually, her hair is curly. I'm like, okay, well, this reference that you sent me, she has wavy hair. And they're like, yeah, I don't know why they did that. Then why did you send it to me?
That's why I do the mood boards.
It's kind of like a source. Like, say you're writing an essay. Having 25 million sources or citations does not make your essay better. You want like 3 core citations. The same thing with references. You want 3 accurate core references that best example your character. Now, say you live in a magical world where you don't have a reference. I want a top to bottom. I'm like, this hairstyle, this face, these eyes, all of these things, send them out. Now, you might subject yourself to character creation fees, which I charge. Some people don't. Some people are kind. I'm not one of them. But have what you want and be ready to have a bit of extra money. So say I see, like, say my commissions are open. They're $60. Like, I'm doing a sale. And you're like, oh, sugar, I would love a commission of my angel demon dinosaur.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. That's going to be a little more than $60. And you're like, but your commission said 60. I'm like, yeah, well, he's got 6 angel wings, demon tails, multiple horns. He's a T-Rex, and he's wearing a maid outfit with lots of lace. That's going to charge a little more than $60 because now the cost does not like accurately project what you want, right? So I would always recommend having an extra $30 for whatever you're looking for.
And he's a T-Rex. Don't forget that.
A T-Rex. Very important.
It sounds like my kind of night.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast. Honestly, I'd love to work. If you're out there, hit me up.
Right. I mean, maybe on that note, so you helped me design Fen.
Yeah.
What areas of commission work do you love doing?
Character creation and probably pinups where I get to decide everything.
Cool. Like, why?
I learned about these, like, I don't know what a skeb is, but skeb pages. Because, okay, I'm going to say something so arrogant and so crazy. Whatever I decide is probably better. So if you just give me creative control, I promise you I will enjoy so much what I'm doing. I will give you a better product. But if it's rigid and boring and stupid, dude, if I draw your character for you and you tell me she actually has D cups and I clearly gave her D cups, but you mean F cups, I hate you now. I don't want to work with you anymore.
So that's actually an issue in the VTuber world right now where everyone's just like, why are they getting bigger?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Right?
I hate myself, dude. I hate that. I hate that so much. I will draw, like, give me a little bit about their personality. Be like, they're shy or they're vivacious or they're flirty. Give me a little bit. Let me do whatever the fuck I want. I promise you I will give you a good product.
I love chat on this one.
I know. I said something crazy. I knew if I said something crazy.
No, it's valid. It's fair. And someone needs to say it. At some point, it's just like, please just trust the expert.
I have a sheet actually of like, just circle the boob size you want on this sheet. Don't tell me the cup size. You don't know what cup sizes are. I promise you.
It's just a series of circles that gradually get larger. I'm like, pick one.
Yes, because people don't a little inappropriate for Twitch or whatever, but people don't know what a cup size is, and they look different depending on the body type. So what you actually mean is you want a fetish size. You don't want a normal size. Just be honest with me. Right. This is the other thing. Don't play games. Tell me what you want. Don't be like, excuse me, sugar. Do you think you could make her longer? What height is she? 5'1". That's 5'1". But I have a height difference kink, so can she? I'm like, oh my God. Just be upfront with what I'm doing. Don't mince words. Just tell me what it is, okay? I don't care. I have no stake in this game. Just fucking tell me what's going on.
I really should have wrote more questions about how you do book covers. I'm realizing I didn't.
Book talk early. Is you in here?
But Tosh, well, actually, you know what? That might be. Let's improv one. So on that note, right? How do you go through creating a book cover?
So it's a pitch. It's a pitch like anything else. You have to send me a pitch. I just did a book cover giveaway, and the person who won it's going to be their debut novel, and they didn't know how to do a pitch. So I ran a pitch through them. I used some other pitches that I've received over time. Told them what I want. One of the big things I'm really pushy for is I need a timeline for when this is going to be posted. If anyone in the chat you don't know, there's no such thing as an indefinite NDA. That is illegal. If someone is telling you that you're an indefinite NDA, that is illegal. That is not reasonable. My NDAs are 2 years.
The legal cap is, I think, 4 months
like 7 years.
after employment. So it can be like 7 years if you're employed, but after you're unemployed with that place for 4 months, unless you specifically sign it, it's 4 months. So like you can talk about what you've been working on. That's why when studios do layoffs, you start seeing ArtStation get flooded. You know.
Yep. So for me, if I'm working with you, I would very much like a timeline of release. Because I would like to add this to my portfolio, and I can't add it until it's public because that will hurt the brand.
Yeah.
Can you retell me the question? I looked over at my monitor and someone sent me a stupid GIF.
What is your process on conceptualizing book covers?
You'll send me the pitch, and I'll think about it for 4 days. Okay, I like to have at least 3 days to bake on the idea, and I will imagine what I want the cover to look like over 3. Like I said at the beginning, I have good imagination, and then I'll sit down and I'll do a few variations of what I have in mind based on the pitch. So when I did Aliens from Nowhere for Gemma Voss, I sent her 3 different sketches of traditional boy-girl covers with backgrounds going on based on the idea. And then she did the classic thing. So in the comic book world, there's this advice of don't send anything you don't want them to pick.
God, that's an old design phrase. That's like been around since I was in college.
Don't want them to pick it, don't fucking send it. But sometimes people will do what I call even worse, and that's combined multiple versions of them. So can I have the hand from here and the expression from here, the background from here? That's what happened with the first book cover. Jesus Christ. Sorry. And I'll send that over. They'll pick what they want, and then I'll send a new one over, and then we'll go from there. So it'll be a sketch that's just bare bones as possible, and then I'll add on their features, and then I'll send that out. The other thing with making book covers is it has to be on a certain format. Sometimes people don't know this, and they just send a regular canvas size. Looking at you, someone. But you need to make sure that is it a hardcover? Is it an ebook? Is it a paperback? Those all have different canvas sizes, right? Yeah. And then you have to keep a full wrap in mind. A full wrap is like back, spine, cover. You have to have that in mind. You have to have that format, and then you have to have ABG mode as well. You have to have like the color modes because when it prints, it's going to look different. And you have to have all these things. And I think what takes the longest for me when it comes to that pitch is a lot of times, this is like an issue that I have with anybody, is people don't understand an audience point of view when looking at a book cover. A lot of times people are commissioning me book covers when they mean to commission me an illustration. This is not like people like, I want this exact scene from the book. I will die on this hill. If you are using this for promotion, commercial use, someone has to be connecting with the audience. Someone has to be looking at the camera. It is a pull. It is a classic marketing trick. And if they're both looking at each other lovingly because you're taking the scene from the book, this is not a scene from the book. This is a cover. It can be based on a scene from the book, but this is a promotion image. It is not an illustration. If you want an illustration, Let's change the contract. And a lot of times I have to fight for my life to make one person looking at the camera. Especially in the book world, a lot of times whoever is the most dominant needs to be looking, not in like a necessarily like a kink way, but whoever is the lead or something like that has to be making eye contact with the camera, because that tells you this is my lead. And I will die on this hill. Please, God, stop. Like, I get this argument with this all the time. So usually I would say the colored sketch phase is the longest revision, because that is where I'm fighting tooth and nail with the author. But I'm like, please, I'm begging you to understand this is not what you think it is. That being said, a lot of people I work with are respective of creatives. I'm respective of writers and authors, right? And I like to meet halfway a lot of the times. But and then once we're out of line work and we're in flats, like I'm done. Like, I will have this to you by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I always send my flats whenever it's a commercial illustration. You get the flats, and then you get a half render sent out. When I do like standard commissions, though, once you approve the sketch, I send you the completed product. I don't drip feed after that, but commercial work, you can get like 7 more whips from me.
Well, there you go. So if you're an inspiring novelist, writer, learn a little marking, because it helps a lot. You know, if you ever wonder why all the current YouTube thumbnails all have the blown up wacky face on like half the image, right? That's why. You know, because it's actually instinctual for a human. If they think someone is looking at them, they want to look back, right? And see, are you a threat? Are you not? It's instinctual. You know, and so it's one of those things too, where like that can actually kind of make people off-putting, right? This is something that I had to do a lot, where like, you know, models would do cold steel, right? You're familiar with that, right? Headshot. No, not that one. But like cold steel, like, you know, mean mud the camera, right? And like, if you do that, right, but then your product is supposed to invoke, like, inspire people to go out and work out and be energized, you might actually produce the negative effect where people will avoid it, right? There's a whole science behind this. It's
that reminds
ridiculous.
me of the two.
It is Zoolander.
Hugh Jackman covers that often get where he's training for Wolverine versus when he's on Women's Health.
Yep.
And people are like, Jack Wolverine, this is what women want. It's like, okay, then why on Women's Health does he look approachable?
Who's it?
Right.
Like,
and it's because.
Oh, go ahead. Well, Ryan Reynolds does this a lot.
And but that's what I think about when people are just like, because one of the things, like, writer Cami Garcia and I met her at a convention. We had a big talk, and one of the things she talked about is like, and I apologize for using like super gendered language here, but like what catches the female eye, what catches the femme eye, kind of thing. And it's oftentimes not like people mean mugging the camera or being scary. It's people being approachable. People being kind, being colorful, being safe, right? And then you get into that kind of marketing where it's like, okay, I specifically want like women age 23 to buy this book. How do I make them buy it? Right? And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to need, these are certain, unfortunately, it kind of puts things in a box, but
exactly.
It's like, how do I make it sell to them based on these parameters?
Exactly. No, that's a huge thing. A lot of people just don't understand that. And like, that's why they get manipulated, right, by marketing. Spider removal. So that's actually a good segue so I kind of want to change topics. You've introduced me to a lot of fandoms. Sonic mentioned.
I'm so sorry.
How do you get pulled into a fandom, and how do you navigate them?
Like any good person with ADHD, it's called a hyperfixation. And typically what happens for me specifically, there's 2 things. Either it was from my childhood and I wasn't allowed to enjoy it because I was too busy trying to survive. And now that I'm an adult, I can enjoy it. So Sonic's like a great example where I had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. I played it a lot, and then we were so poor we didn't have power, so I couldn't play it anymore. So when I became an adult, I bought that bitch on Steam, modded the crap out of it, and now I play it for leisure. When it came to the fandom, I just wanted to draw in the Sonic style, and I posted it. And then other people who are in the fandom followed me. Shout out to Tracy Yardley. And I was like, whoa, oops. I guess I'm doing this now. And then the sad part about any good hyperfixation or fandom is it does fade. And you'll go get into something else because I'll watch like someone play the Witcher game and I'm like, I like this now. I'm going to read the book and then I'm going to complain about the book on Twitter.
So you kind of answered two of the questions there. Can you share anything about your OCs and what was the process of creating them?
I need that question to be so much more specific.
Let's focus in on because I've seen this one. I love what you did with it. Your Sonic OC.
Okay, all right, everybody, prepare to get annoying as fuck. If you're not autistic, leave now. So
no, stay, please.
Here's the thing. Don't listen to him. Here's the thing. I've gotten in trouble on this on Instagram stories enough. I only like OCs that are believable. If you're doing OC X canon content now, live your truth. Live your truth. If you want to do a you may reader insert, live your truth. That being said, does that mean I'll specifically like them? Who's to say? If I find them believable, I'll enjoy the story because I don't like things that are out of character. Right? So if you're drawing your OC kissing up on Sonic, but your OC is like a villain and it's not explained, I'm like, I'm going to just say I don't think Sonic would date a villain. I not to be controversial, like I don't really buy it. And then I ask him like, oh, what does he like about her? And you respond that she's a dommy mommy. I'm like, okay, so this is your fetish and you just happen to like Sonic, right? So when I create an OC for anything, if I'm doing OCX fandom content, not if I'm doing original work or whatever, I need that character to be believable in the lore, right? So when I came up with my Sonic OC, I wanted them to be lore accurate, which sucks ass because that means I need to know all the lore, which is why I know way too much about World War II. So it's a double-edged sword. You ever what's that one Stephen King book where he's explaining the furnace to you for 90 chapters? That happened to me once. And now I have all this knowledge.
Is that part of Dark Tower?
I think so.
It might be Dark Tower because I remember hitting something like that in his book and just putting it down and walking away.
Because he needs to explain. Well, you need to understand how this furnace works, and if I had to learn, so do you. But when it comes to creating an OC for me, they usually have to match an aesthetic that I like. Typically, I usually also stick to a limited color palette. I find, especially depending on the media, I find less is often more, especially with Sonic. If that's the example, is Sonic is less is more. And I also like that character to, like I said, be believable in a written narrative. So if I would how I kind of see it is in a deranged reality where somehow my character was canon, how would they interact with the plot? And if I find that they create plot holes or create characters to act out of their normality, I find them unbelievable and therefore bad. That being said, that's a very asshole take, to be fair in fandom. There is a big narrative to just have fun, and I do respect just have fun. It just doesn't mean that I will necessarily like what it is. Or even if I do like it, I wouldn't write it. And I typically like my characters to be able to be drawn and written in a believable way as well. So usually I'll do both medium to kind of understand their inner world and inner thoughts and how they perceive everything around them. Specifically, my Sonic character, I also like to give them some sort of crutch. I don't like any character that's God mode and the dreaded Mary Sue kind of thing. I think all characters need to have a weakness, and that not just OCs. That's anything you're creating. Their characters have to have a fundamental flaw. They have to have mask on, mask off mentalities. And specifically for Sapella, my Sonic OC, I made her chronically ill. She deals with chronic illness. And I thought that would be kind of an interesting take to have. PTSD. Yeah, they all need PTSD. I don't want to see a single mother. No one has moms. But I think with making an OC, my biggest thing is I don't draw uglies. All of my female OCs are very pretty because that's an aesthetic that I like. And they're usually shipped with whoever is emotionally unavailable.
I'm thinking of Bleach OC right now.
Oh, my beloved.
Okay. So this is kind of a connected line of questions. You're okay mentioning where you're from, right?
Yeah, I'm from Canada, baby.
Let's go. You recently took a trip to America. How'd it go?
Oh my God. So, shout out to the bomb threat when I landed in Charleston. Anyways,
Wait, what?
Oh, did I not fucking tell you?
You didn't tell me about this.
Oh my god. Everyone fucking, if you're standing, sit down. So I've never been on a plane before, and I was really, 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 really fucking anxious. Shouts out to my friends who helped pay for my flight. If they did not, I would not have been able to attend. First flight was horrible. I was terrified. I was also in I have this anxiety where if I don't know the end result, I crash out. Like, I don't know what the end result of being on a plane is because I've never been on a plane. Also, big shout out to our queen, who's in the chat here, my best friend IRL, who played YouTube videos for me so I would know what to do and walked me through it and took me to the airport. When I had things change from what I expected, it really made me nervous. Like, they gave my carry-on a tag because it wouldn't fit in the plane, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's normal.
I didn't know that, right? So that made me panic, and I was able to be like, why are they giving my bag a red tag, and her sister had a baby, and the baby had no legs. Like, I immediately freaked out. And
what?
They were like, it's okay, it's because it's not gonna fit. Oh, I'm the shrimp from Shark Tales.
I was like, no way. So like, huh?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, and I actually put my backpack that can go into the chair up in the carry-on because I thought I couldn't have it on me, and then I didn't have my phone on me the whole flight because I was too afraid to get up. Right? So my first one was bad. Then when I landed, I had a layover in Charlotte Airport. I ran across the whole ass airport because it tried to fucking tell me that my gate was 15 minutes away. Bitch, I did that in 6. Are you joking? That's for the Southerners who walk slow. I walk fast. Anyways, I'm tall. I will get there quicker.
It takes me 15 minutes to get there by Rascal.
All of the fucking chairs, dude. All the outlets aren't working on them. None of the outlets are working. So I find a wall, and then some lady gets wheeled beside me and abandoned there. So we're just chatting away, and she's telling me all about her son, who sounds lovely. And then this guy comes, grabs her, and just takes her away. And I was like, goodbye, lady. I charge up my devices. I touch base with everybody, and then I get on my plane to Charleston. Okay, Charleston flight, way better. They upgraded my plane to a bigger one, which is really nice because there's 3 seats instead of 2. So my carry-on can go above my head. I sit down. I am sweating. I am so nervous. Oh, Maddie, I hate you and your fucking name, dude. Don't read that. And sorry. And fuck. And so I'm on this plane. And beside, sitting by the window is this really nice lady. I think she could tell I was nervous, so she started chatting with me. She's like a Charleston native, and she was talking I went to Charleston. She's talking about all these things. And she was like, what's the first thing she had an accent. She was like, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get to Charleston? And I was just like, girl, I'm going to eat because I've not eaten today. And I'm so hungry. And out from her bag comes a saran wrap brownie. She breaks it in half hands, and she goes, my mom made that. It's the best brownie in town, kind of thing. And I was like, I ate it, and it was really good. It was really fudgy. And she told me a bunch of restaurants I could check out. That really helped with my anxiety. So her name was Erin. Shout out to Erin from Charleston if you're listening. And that really helped me. And then I get off. Now, I noticed that there was more cops than normal, but I didn't know if they were all flying. So I just raced across the airport, hide in the bathroom, and connect to the Wi-Fi to make sure that my friends were there to pick me up, which they were, and I left. An appropriate amount of time later, I'm checking Facebook because I'm checking on my cat, who my housemate is watching. And it's like, man arrested after Charleston airport bomb threat. Dude, my fucking heart went in my ass. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
And I was like, because it was the same day. And I was like, whoa. And turns out, my brother in Christ was him and the boys were having a boys trip. And before they got on the plane, they went, let's blow up this plane, boys.
So they're just being idiots.
Well, I didn't know that.
But yeah.
I didn't know that. So
well,
that was my first time ever on a plane. Ever. Then going home. First of all, Charleston, lovely. I got to see my friends. They were great hosts. We did a bunch of shit. I got to meet the fabled Bitter Bits and his beautiful wife and lovely person, Erica.
Let's go, Ari.
Shout out to Ari, who's probably Oh, I should have told her we're streaming. Anyways,
Mm.
it was a lot of fun. All of that was fun. I made some foods for friends. It was a great time. Getting back, I was first flight. I was motion sick, like genuinely motion sick. I thought I was going to throw up. Second flight. So you guys, if you're American, your government, what's up with that? Second of all, my flight was delayed by, was like 3 hours.
No comment.
So originally my layover was an hour. I book it across that airport, only to arrive to see my flight is delayed by an hour. So at first I was like, fuck. But that did let me kind of sit down because I was motion sick. I took a Gravol. That kind of helped. And I was, shout out again to our queen who was tracking my flight and keeping me rational. I'm sitting there trying not to tweak out. And the pilot, who is sitting directly across from me, is on his phone being like, why is my flight that I can see delayed? Because it was already pulled up. She was ready to go.
Oh,
and
no.
Of course, I can't hear the other side of this conversation, but he goes, yeah, but I'm a pilot for another flight I need to be able to make. And then he listens, he goes, yeah, but why can't I? And I was like, So turns out the beautiful New York City was not allowing anyone to fly over it. Originally, what we thought was the hurricane had affected Pearson Airport, where I needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was no air traffic control.
I was wondering if you got out before that started happening.
No, because fuck my life.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. I hit the delay and I forgot to hit it again.
And yeah, that was horrible and awful. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
We got stuck literally on the plane for another hour. And I learned what was wrong because the pilot literally just told us. He was like, hey, y'all, here's the situation. Due to lack of staffing over New York, we don't have permission from air traffic control to fly. And he literally goes, this is a night flight. We're not going to risk it. So we're going to wait. And I was like, real. That's real.
Yeah, sure would be nice if we had a nice, robust rail system. Yeah, sure would be nice. Yeah. It's not like the multiple countries. Yeah, right.
Come to Canada, we'll give you one.
I'm considering it.
Yeah, that was that. So my first time flying, I hated it, and I never want to do it again.
Yeah, it's. I was hoping you got out beforehand, but sounds like you were right at the start of it all. I am so sorry. I wish I could do more.
Live in the D-dot.
Right. So I mean, I guess on that note, so you have done a lot of conventions though, right?
I've done local conventions.
Okay, so mainly in your area. Do you have a favorite one you like to go to, or do you have one that you haven't gone to that?
Probably TCAF.
Do you want to do
TCAF is the best convention in the entire world. The Toronto Comics and Arts Festival. It is local, some international comic book artists.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a vibe. It's just great. Every year I've ever gone, I've had a great time. Fan Expo Canada, love to hate you. Fan Expo Toronto this year was a fucking hot mess. There's so much drama with the AI booth. Oh my
I
God.
forgot about that.
And the worst part was I knew everyone involved personally. So I would just go to one table and I'd be like, girl, did you hear what happened? And they're like, no. I'll never get over. I won't say his name, but there was a comic book artist that I know. And I was checking in before he left. And I was like, hey, man, did you hear the drama? The way he leaned across the table.
Oh my God.
He was like, no.
No.
I was like, girl, listen to this. But yeah, I love to hate Fan Expo Canada. Shout out to Fan Expo Toronto.
The way he leaned in. I hear the chair creaking.
But I would say anything more grassroots conventions are better. There's supposed to actually be a convention coming up soon that I was thinking about checking out. I don't remember its name. Our queen in the chat, if you remember its name, can you tell me? It's supposed to be some competition, which I think is why Fan Expo has become the monster that it is because it has no competition in Toronto. Yeah, Annie Revo is a convention coming up. I'm hoping to check out. I also went to they're not cons necessarily, but art markets and local markets that were really fun. I went to the Tomo market, which is just local indie seller artists. It was also no fan art. which I thought was really cool. But I would say, while I like conventions in theory, I'm getting too old for them, if that makes any sense.
No, I get
When
it.
I was young, I'd do all 4 days. I'd cosplay each day. Now I'm looking at my friend and it's like 11 on my clock and I'm like, we could get there for 3.
I'm so mad at myself. I forgot to write a question about your time as an e-girl.
Oh, fuck. Don't.
We
It
can
was
we can
a
skip
different
over that
time.
if you want.
First of all, like, I don't want to talk about it, but anyways, Scara, love you to the day I die. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
But-
let's move away from that. So, as an artist, then, do you have any recommendations for going to conventions, and how do you best use your time?
Like, to buy?
Like,
or
just
to vend?
as an artist in general.
Okay, have business cards.
Okay.
If you're going to network, know why you're there. I would also say, if you're going to network, please have an interest in who you're talking to. Don't just try each table till someone says hello. Like, have an interest in their work, get to know them, and have a pointed question. If you're looking to improve, there are many artists that do portfolio work. Bring your portfolio. And, like for me, I've met friends simply just by like, going to their table and just having a fucking interest in what they're talking about. Like, big shout out to Stephanie Cook, who she's a writer.
That's true.
I literally got to know her just by like going to her table and being annoying. Like, like it. You just have to be real and you have to be willing to talk. I think I don't remember his name. He is a Marvel artist. His name is like Michael something. Shout out to whoever, I can't remember his name, but he specifically does artwork for action figures, and he has some really good advice. He's like, if you come to my table and you're like, hi, you're never gonna get anywhere. You have to be able to talk. And I know that's anxiety inducing as shit. Like, don't get me wrong, but I really think if you're an artist and you really want to network and you really want to make friends, and you want to get to know people, project, use your theater voice, open your mouth, like make sure they can hear you. And being authentic is also like, don't come there as a sociopath trying to fucking claw your way up the industry. Like, ask about their shit, buy their shit, get a commission from them or something. Like, really take interest in their work. Like, yeah, everyone goes to Tony Moore for his Walking Dead, but like, you know, he worked on Deadpool too, right? Talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, have something interesting that they've done that's not what everyone expects.
One thing I do try to do, and I've seen other people do this when they do walkarounds, is try to get a business card if they have one, or at the very least, like follow them there with them in person. Because Instagram, you can just show a QR code and just sync up that way. You know, that's always a good trick, because it helps you remember that person, but it also gives you something to research later. So like, collect business cards, sit down like after when you have some downtime, and just go through and check them out.
This is also one thing. If that convention is doing sketch swaps, go to those. Like sketchbook swaps or art book swaps or doodle swaps, go to those. Even if you have nothing to offer, just fucking go. Because some people are drawing crazy shit.
Took my 5-pound bag of business cards as a collection, right?
I know somebody that makes murals out of the business cards that they get to look at, and because a lot of them are like little art pieces.
That's kind of a cool idea, actually. So you kind of started to hit on it a little bit there, where talking about how like most artists are like kind of hard to like come out of their shell. You were one of the people who, it was like you and Faye, I'll call out Faye in chat, who started to ask the questions like, I think you're neurodivergent, you might be dead. Right?
We had neurodivergent to neurodivergent link ups.
Which triggered me finding out that I had been tested as a child and was neurodivergent.
That's crazy. I don't know how no one knew that I was like neurodivergent. No one knew. I was like, how do we not know?
It's right. Well, the problem with my generation is that the only treatment for neurodivergence was Ritalin, which was like, if you're functional, you know, it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You're turning them into a zombie. So tell me about your journey of self-discovery and how'd you learn about this?
Oh, I learned that I had ADHD when I was at a house party and people were doing pills and I took Ritalin.
Oh, wait.
And
was it like the room got
Ritalin.
calm?
Yeah. Took about 20 minutes. I could hear my own thoughts. I've never had a streamlined thought before. And I was sitting there and I was like, guys, I'm really high. No, I wasn't. I'm not even lying. And I went to a doctor afterwards and I told him about it and he went, "That's interesting." Um, that was when I was like, I think I might have something, but so this is kind of a sad story. I was so there's something called ADHD limerence.
Mm.
If you know what limerence is, it just means that you're hyper fixated on the idea of love, right? And when you have limerence to that extent,
Mm.
you also suffer. So this is, I think, specifically for ADHD, but it's called rejection sensitivity dysphoria. It is a dysphoria, but I
Okay.
would be rejected by the person that I love, and I love them to a high extent because of my ADHD attachment. And when they would reject me, or what I would perceive as rejection, I would crash the fuck out. And
Oh.
because I had ADHD, I couldn't manage my emotions either.
Mhm.
So I was in this like unhealthy loop of extreme highs and extreme lows. That's why a lot of people actually get diagnosed with borderline before they get diagnosed with anything else.
Mhm.
And, you know, one night I was forcibly admitted to the hospital, we'll put it that way.
Right.
And I got quickly diagnosed with ADHD. Um, and when I learned that I was neurodivergent, at first I rejected it a lot, because I had rejected other people's assumptions of they were neurodivergent because I was like that, which is just
Mhm.
classic parent bullshit. Where they're like, "Oh, you can't be neurodivergent. Your father's just like that. He's normal." And I'm like, "Dad, who measures the driveway when people park to make sure in the middle is normal." Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways, so that was kind of how I learned. I had a suspicion after that party, but it wasn't until I was hospitalized due to my mental health that I learned.
Yeah. No.
And after that, I learned how to manage my symptoms, and now I can hold down a job.
It's exactly for me. It was like one of those things where like I notice everything, and my brain can't take in all that inventory because of high perception.
Mhm.
And then just learning that, like, oh, that's something. It was actually kind of an opening the door of like, okay, so here's how you deal with that, right?
Mhm.
Which is why I want to ask this next question. What tools have you learned over the years that you wish more people knew? Because you taught me about spoons, which helped me a lot.
Oh, yeah, spoons. Like, there are times when I have no spoons. Like when I
Mhm.
was going through like my kidney issues, I was kind of going through a tiff with a friend, and I had like nothing to give. I couldn't answer. I couldn't even really answer DMs. I remember I
Mhm.
was DMing that month, and that was like really hard for me too. And typically, what I understand about spoon talk is it's how much can I give in a day, and how much do things cost.
Yeah.
Right? Spoons is the currency. You could use anything. You could use I've got $10 for the day. Like you could use anything. Spoons is typically chronic illness talk, but for me, it's like okay, like I haven't had a lot of great sleep because I'm kind of going through it, and I was staying up late with a friend because
Spouse loss is a
they
good
need a
one.
shoulder, right? And when I had work the next day, I had decided I only have enough spoons to talk to customers, so I'm only going to do customer service.
Yeah.
I am not going to do anything else. I'm not going to humor anyone else. I'm not going to smile unless it's at customers because I knew that's all I could handle, right? And sometimes spoons means I can't afford to shower today because I can only afford to make dinner today, right? And it's how much can you give?
Right.
That's kind of the general understanding of spoons.
So like, is there any other like tips or tricks or like things that you're just like, this helped me dramatically?
Coffee. So
What?
ADHD. So this is gonna sound crazy.
Mm.
So there are ways to treat ADHD, non-medically. Hashtag not medical advice.
Right.
One is nicotine, and the other one is coffee. There's uppers and there's downers in this world, and stimulants bring you to what's called a baseline. This is going to be the most crack advice you've ever heard, but please trust me. You
Yeah.
need to be brought to baseline. Now, I do not recommend smoking. Please don't smoke. Um, microdosing. But if you can bring yourself to baseline through stimulant,
Mm.
if you have ADHD, you can work or you can get what needs to be done. Having a body double also helps, which is why Twitch is amazing. If you're an artist and you really, really suffer with like drawing, put on another artist who's drawing. I swear to God, you will start drawing. The other one is I talked about before, like, way earlier was watching things. Like I have something else going on, and that helps
Mhm.
me focus on what I'm actively doing. So for me, it's like, listen, I get it. Okay, yeah, it's true. I love drums. Okay, every time I listen to a song, there's drums in it. I get it. I get it. But
Yeah.
like metal music has been a big helper for me. I tried to make my character look a little punky, rocky, too, because I do listen to a lot of metal.
Same,
But
same.
a stimulant, for me personally, will get me through any workday.
It's funny you say that about watching Twitch artists, because like that happens to me if I ever watch Diariku at like 4 a.m. And then I'm like, I must create, but it's 4 a.m.
Well,
Right.
that's first of all the gay witching hour, but also if you are neurodivergent, I recommend actually doing a sleep study. Many people who are neurodivergent, circadian rhythm is not accurate to modern day, like to neurotypicals or the normies. Like my circadian rhythm specifically is your 3 a.m. is like, or like my 3 a.m. is like someone's midnight.
Yeah.
So at 3 a.m. I start to feel tired, and I naturally wake up around 10 a.m. That's my normal sleep, right? Because mine is pushed back a little bit.
Okay. So you're still sleeping on a normal schedule. It's just not by normal conventions.
Normal standards, which is why like high school was like really difficult for me because I couldn't wake up that early because I was going crazy.
That makes total sense. Because like for me, it's like usually like 2 a.m. is like when I'm like, I'm getting sleepy.
Time for dreaming.
Yeah, time for sleep, right? I'm still currently playing Power Wash Sim at 4:35 a.m. Yes.
Hey man, that's where it's at. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, I will always be grateful to Twitch streamers who stream like past the hours of midnight. I've always wanted to do that, but it's just like it's so hard.
They're on something, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay, let's switch it up because I want to wrap up these questions. I think you're gonna have fun with them.
Oh, all right, I'm scared.
I wanted to lead up to this with the trip to America because you're actually hanging out with our resident cleric.
Oh, cat.
Yeah.
So you pee in chat.
Right. Shout out, Lady Notes. You recently started DMing. How's it going?
Yeah. Oh, dude. I knew I was a controlling motherfucker. Oh my god. Like, because I was talking about like I got coffee with a friend the other night, and they're a player, and we were kind of talking about that. And they were like, how do you DM? Because I've tried it and I can't do it. I'm like, you need to be able to multitask, and you need to be able to envision the line ahead. Yeah. I think that is the most important thing. I see a lot of like DMs not recommending scripting because you'll get upset when characters don't follow a script. I do multiple scripts. I remember, so we all did a jailbreak, and everyone was apologizing to me. Like, we're sorry we did a jailbreak, sugar. Like, we didn't mean to do a jailbreak. I'm like, do you guys think for a fucking second I didn't think you guys would start a jailbreak? You're out of your damn mind if I didn't think that. And I predicted you guys doing a bunch of shit, right? And I just try and keep that in mind. But of course, my players are gonna do a jailbreak when given the opportunity. They're
it was
murder
such
hobos.
the
like,
accidental jailbreak too. Like we had prepared a plan where we didn't have to do a jailbreak, and then everything went to shit.
Yeah, right. Like there's if you're DMing, you're gonna know. The other thing that I find with being a DM is I like to. There's this idea, like from what I learned to being a cook, is a lot of times you don't know a mistake till you've made it. And you only learn how to recover from that mistake in hindsight. Yeah. I don't want to be like that as a DM. So I listen. First of all, I listen. Shout out to Crispy, another Ace creator on YouTube. They do like D&D horror stories. I'll just throw that on and listen and be like, what not to do checklist. But I also try and listen to the pros, like Mulligan and Mercer when they're doing like their podcast. Yeah. I listen to them. I listen to what they have to say. I also do autopsies. After, if I feel like someone's going through it, like we've sit down and we've had a chat about like where you want your D&D character to go, and I try and listen to feedback from my players to see what is making them happy, what they don't like, and I try and give everybody a little something, you know, a little pour from the bottle, if you will. And I find that when my players are getting to shine and engage with things that they like, they're really having fun, right? And I value the rule of cool and the rule of fun over like strict justice and law.
Right.
And I also do a lot of homebrew, and I don't tell anybody, and then my players think it's in the module, and I feel really bad.
That's actually a question. So okay, let me get this out. So how do you prep for a session then?
So first my soul leaves my body in a creative fever.
As you do.
And then I am possessed by a primordial demon of insanity who begins typing furiously. I read the module. whatever the chapter is that. So I've already kind of done. So we're doing Curse of Strahd. So I've already listened to all of Curse of Strahd. I've already read it, and then I re-go through it with I think fucking sucks. Obviously, Curse of Strahd is super misogynistic. It's
Right.
Castle Ravenloft, right? Like it's from the 70s. A lot of things are grim for the sake of being grim, and I don't really enjoy that.
Mm.
And I try and think about like, since we have new players, I specifically try and have a more or less streamlined plot points. Like, even though Curse of Strahd is a sandbox, and sure, my players could go wherever they want, I have set out a plot line for them to follow. I also like to add things that give players better background stories.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, how it goes, I open the Google Doc, I will write the recap out to refresh myself, and then I'll check my notes from whatever the fuck happened, because usually someone's up to something. And then I will write the story beats. So it's say where we're starting off and we're like, oh, we're in this village and we just robbed a house. I'm like, and that's where we ended last session. I'm going to consider, I've got to consider the NPCs, I got to consider the characters, and I got to consider a path of escape or into a path of combat. So then I want to make sure I have my tokens ready. I want to make sure I have my maps ready. I want to make sure I have all the fundamentals. And then I'll try and get into the plot. Typically, I try and predict how long combat and things or whatever will last, and then go from there. Because I try and keep it 3 to 6 hours.
You literally ruined us.
Oh, I turned our queen into a bird last session. So
yeah,
because so here's the thing: is I had been plotting to turn one of my characters into a were-raven since they sent me their character sheet, and the payoff, I had to mute myself. I was laughing maniacally. Blue water. And then I did this crow voice, and now everyone keeps stimming it all the time.
Because we're all neurodivergent.
I don't know why. I'm like, was it that good, or what did I do? But typically, yeah, I DM like a madman, and I write like 8 pages of script, and I'm thankful if we get through 2.
Right. So you started to talk about like all the homebrews you've added to the campaign, right? How do you go about adding that custom content?
Whatever sounds cool. Like Miss Wormstring, I made up completely. Like she's based on a real character, but I made up her alias and I made up everything completely. As soon as here's the thing. As soon as a player looks at the camera, does something I don't like, I think of how I could torture them and punish them for making me mad, and I will come up with a plot to do that. But I want it to be believable, and I want it to matter, because I feel like a lot of homebrew doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times people can tell it's homebrew. So my biggest goal is to make it not feel like homebrew. I
thought Wormstream was not homebrew. So
oh no, I made all that shit up. Her and her pig, man, that you guys instantly murdered.
Uncork the page.
Dude, I put this. So last minute, we're all in chat. We do like an hour yap before we play so we can get the sillies out. And I tried to save them. And I thought it'd be really funny if the evil bad person had like a literal pay pig at her house that she bullied. I don't know. I thought it'd just be unnerving if there's some guy in a pig suit. My player instantly murdered him. Instantly shot him and killed him. And I was like, well, I guess he didn't have any important information to potentially give the party. Yeah, seeing as the person he's working for is a vampire and they're kind of the bad thing in the thing. That's fine.
Where did he shoot him? Or where did...
Oh, right in the dick. Shot him in his fucking dick, dude. Didn't stand a chance. I literally, like, the one fun thing about being a DM is sometimes you guys do surprise me. And I did not predict Amelia one-shotting the pig man in his dick.
Yep.
Good job. You got me. You got the fabled DM sigh out of that one.
And then
he went full hog.
Your paladin and Amelia going to bury them and having a chat about it.
Yeah. And then I made you a little fucking doll and you didn't even look at it.
No, I played that how I thought that would play out, but
fuck you and your in character bullshit. Anyways,
that might be time to deflect. How long have you played D&D, and do you have a favorite character you've played?
As everyone who plays D&D, I'd love to play sometime. The most longest DM sessions I've ever were in were like 3 months before they fell apart. This is the longest ongoing session I've ever had. D&D groups always fall apart because miss sessions, which is why I kind of get a little frustrated when people miss or leave a lot of sessions, because I'm like, you don't understand, the subgroups fall apart. because you're not here, and that makes it unimportant. That being said, Irina Koiliana is one of my favorite characters to DM. I also love being Ishmark as well. My favorite bottom in the world.
It's such.
But those are the only NPCs I like. I did do Curse of Strahd years ago, but we fell apart like session 4, so I don't even recall anything I really did. I don't even think we got through the bar scene that in the beginning, if you depending on the path you take, like we didn't even get out of there before it fell apart.
Okay.
I have a character that I love. They're an ASMR barbarian because I wanted to make a Valkyrie character. They're essentially a hornet. I love that character. She's a fucking idiot, dude. She's a princess. She's like a barbarian princess. Her mom is like a celestial that like fell in love with the barbarian king. He had like 19 billion children. They're all trying to kill each other for the throne, but she just like doesn't care. And they use scarification as like kind of like marker trophies in their tribes. So like if you win like a tournament, you'll have a specific scar on your body that's like branded into you, and like that was their whole vibe. And then there's like the royalty scarifications, all these things. And her entire character's thing was she's loyal to death, kind of stupid. So one of her other things is she's got like brothers, and she's trying to find all of her brothers because she wants them to stop killing each other for the throne. And then her mom, the way the plot worked is her mom sent her on like these strange quests through visions, if you know about like ASMRs, and they're celestials. She was my favorite character ever, but I played her with a bunch of people who didn't want to play, and the group fell apart. Literally, one of the guys, if it wasn't his turn, he'd go lay on the couch on his phone until it was his turn again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seemed. Yeah.
That's what happens when the DM is your girlfriend, anyways.
That
no
doesn't.
Structure.
I guess that's fine. I don't know.
No structure.
No structure. Okay. Well, let's wrap these questions up. What content are you consuming right now? What's your jam? What's your
Oh, dude, I'm so into The Witcher 3. Shout out to my boy Eskel. I've been watching people play the Witcher game a lot. The Blood and Wine DLC is amazing. I've been doing a lot of that. I've been rereading through Bleach and One Piece because I hate myself. I don't really watch anything, to be fair. There's no like animes or anything that I'm currently interested in. I've been watching a lot of Court TV. And a lot of like Rotten Mango podcasts. It's kind of been my go-to. I also listen to Lost Podcasts on the Left. Shout out to the boys. Other than that, that's like it.
Right. So you mentioned Witcher. What are you playing right now? Is it just Witcher, or is there something else?
No, I'm not playing any of the Witcher. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have the money for that shit. I just watch someone else play it. And then I get angry when they don't pick what I want them to pick.
God damn.
I think the last game I played was when we played Sonic together. Sonic Racing.
Oh no, we got fit.
Yeah, I don't have any free time.
We gotta do some repo or something. I keep saying that, and then I'm just like, I don't want to.
And then we don't. I'm fine.
I know. No, it's fine.
I didn't mean to turn into a seagull there at the second.
Back to the crow. Do you have any content creation inspirations? Like, is there someone you look up to?
I should have written these names down.
Repo did, yeah, huge update.
It depends. Like I love. The problem is I keep getting to know people, and then I'm like, I judge the fuck. So like, I used to be really into Kajin Man, and now I know him.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm like, dude, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. He's a fucking pervert. I really like Babs Tar. Shout out to Babs Tar.
Shout out Babs is a legit.
Artist.
Yeah.
She's cool as hell. You know, I've always admired her work. I like Bomb Hat. They're like an OC creator. They mostly do their one OC over and over again, which I respect to the day I die.
Got it.
Janoy Lindsay, he worked on Superboy, local Canadian. He's a great bean. He's also one of the people that like really, really wanted to know about some of the drama, which I admired a lot. You know, Adam Bryce Thomas, he's a Sonic artist. I love how he draws Sonic. I've always been a big fan. Piccolo Gabriel, another creator I really like. He's also an Ace creator. He's Brazilian. He does like Beast Boy Loves Raven and stuff like that.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm like, I started putting like dots together. I was like, wait, I know this person.
He's really cool. He does something I admire, which is answer his DMs. Not a lot of people do that. If you send him a DM, he'll just answer it. He's really nice.
That's actually kind of rare, especially in this line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm scrolling down my feed as I retweet very specific people. One of my favorite simplistic artists, I wanted to mention earlier, but I could not remember their name, is Pinning Apples. Okay. 2 S's. They draw like pinups, but they draw in like a painterly style, and they're really simple. And I'm fucking obsessed with them. I want to commission them so badly, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I want that to be me. I want I want art from them so badly.
It's the meme of the guy offering the sword to the lich.
I also love to shout out my friend Kozemic. They're another artist that I really love. I've always loved their artwork. Same with Kaneko P in chat, Sekihan, Artmite, all of those people. I've always loved their art. Big fan. Big
that's
judgment.
That's a good segue question then. Who do you think is up and coming artists you want to shout out? And then who do you think is an undiscovered talent?
Oh, fuck. I should have had these questions beforehand. I have no fucking clue. I know you sent them kind of, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like Kaneko would be one.
Yeah, Kat's great if she would post.
Kat.
Post, bitch. Anyways.
All right. Is there any causes or anything that you want to shout out right now? Like anything you're just like, I am about this right
now? I've been really interested in Friendly Jordies. He's a activist and reporter from Australia. Okay. And he covers a lot of Australian corruption, and literally someone tried to kill him and firebomb his house for covering the corruption where he lives. I think he is a really great advocate. He's really snarky. He did this one amazing video where a politician was using their personal house as an Airbnb to collect more money. So he filmed a video and it fucked in his bed. And I think that's the funniest shit in the entire fucking planet. I think that is so fucking funny.
Wow.
And then the guy had used taxpayer dollars to do a bug sweep on the house because he was so terrified that Friendly Jordy stayed in his house. And I was like, you are such a loser. That is so fucking funny. That's what I'm talking about. Stop. Daisy May's here. She's already being annoying. Yeah. I think he's hilarious as fuck.
Cool. Well, I mean, let's do Shade or Shame then for a little bit.
I'm scared. What is this? You told me, I already forgot.
So the way this works, it's basically smash a pass. I suggest a topic, and you're like, you shake on it. It's something you agree with, you like, you think it's good, or you shame on it, and you're just like, this is terrible, and this is why.
Oh,
right?
Time for me to be the biggest hater on the fucking planet.
Right. So I cut this one way down because there's a lot of viewer questions I want to get to. There's also, I think you're going to have fun with this. Okay, so the first one, are you ready?
Intro. Yeah.
All right, streaming art.
Oh. You can't ask fucking neurotypical people yes or no questions, you fiend.
It's like, do you like it or do you not like it?
I am indifferent.
Okay.
I think
that's fine.
I stream art if I have something I can stream. I often get really bored and want to end. I would love to stream for 10 million hours, but I get so bored I can't.
Gotcha.
I'm also burn out really quickly if I stream too much. So I'm going to say probably I'm leaning towards shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I also think Twitch hates artists, so...
The next one is streaming commissions.
Girl.
I knew you were going to struggle with this.
I've streamed commissions that went well, and I've streamed commissions where I've gotten frustrated with the client live, and I feel a lot of shame towards that. Streaming commission helps me get it done, but if a client says something to me, a lot of the times I will react, and sometimes people will say something stupid to me, and I'll get frustrated. And, I'm not perfect, and that's bad. Don't do that. But I think if I have 3 pinups to get done, if I stream all of them, I will get them done that day. So there is a benefit to that. But so I'm going to say whatever in the between dance is, the turtle shaking its ass in the shower. That's what I am.
The turtle shaking his head.
You know the one I'm talking about, dude.
Yep,
When he's taking a shower and he's
and
wiggling his little butt.
back and forth, back and forth.
He loves it.
Okay, so then the next one, art censorship online.
I think it's important.
Oh, really?
I think people are yeah, I do. I think people are way too forward with their weird fucking kinks and their, I would say, deviancy. And I think that I think Rule 34 exists for a reason. And I think that more people should be using tags. I'm glad that Blue Sky has allowed a form of censorship. As somebody who creates adult content, I really fucking think there is some adult I'm not even going to say what it is that I've seen, and it haunts me because I didn't ask for that. Yeah. I just scrolled down my feed and someone I was following shared it. And I think censorship is important and does need to exist because a lot of people don't understand that it protects from more things than just like Princess Peach being upskirted in Smash. I think that it has value. And I think it also allows people to find you easier because if you are drawing something specific, people will seek you out, especially if you're being like, I draw this specific thing. Gotcha. That being said, I do believe that there are spaces that like adult spaces that censorship can be looser, but I still think it needs to exist to an extent, no matter where we are.
So shake, but there's limits.
Yeah, I would say shake. Yeah.
All right. So how's your blood pressure right now? Because that's one.
I'm not sure. All right. Fuck.
Tracing art.
Tracing
art.
Skill issue. Shame.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to give you that one. Separating the art from the artist.
Also shame. Here's the thing. Here's the tea. As somebody who really, really, really liked David's music, he's in some trouble right now. You can look it up on your own.
Okay.
I removed his music because here's the thing: is he's not getting my dollars. If he allegedly might have hurt a minor, right? D4ID David. He did some music for Invincible. He's done music for Fortnite. I absolutely believe that artists. It's the same with J.K. Rowling. Too bad. If you fuck up too much, I think the well becomes tainted after a certain extent. And when I find out people reading like Harry Potter fan fiction and they're like, well, I don't want to support J.K. Rowling. I'm like, there's better shit out there. Harry Potter wasn't even that good. He's an asshole. Like, yeah. I don't get it. I believe you can I believe that they fucking go hand in hand. They kicked Kat Von D out of her makeup brand because she fucking sucked. And they had to change the name.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about that one completely.
A bitch never forgets, okay?
Okay. So the next one, VGen.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
The art commission platform, VGen.
Oh, okay. I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pointless middleman. Shame.
Shame. Fair and valid.
Now, I see its value. I consider it a pointless middleman, but I also understand that it has allowed a lot of people who were too afraid to commission artists to do it because they have protection. And I think that's what a lot of Wild West issues you have with like Facebook artists and even like Twitter X, Blue Sky artists are. It can be a gamble. You have an amount of protection. Clients will get refunded if you do not deliver. And I think that's important. That being said, pointless middleman. Once you don't need a VGen to take commissions, leave it. Yeah. I have mine up for people to buy Sonic commissions. That's pretty much it. Because basically, I feel like that's where the audience is.
Yeah, I've used VGen a few times to vet someone out to see if they're legitimate. And then if they're legitimate, that's how I actually found Ueco. Then I go to them directly so they don't get a cut of the profits, and I pay Ueco more. Yeah,
I think that's a good way to go about it too. Because why do they need 3%?
Yep.
Did it do anything? You're not even allowed to use their storage publicly, so it's not like I'm allowed to use a max portfolio on this place. Yeah.
Like if they handled file management and stuff like that, that would make more sense.
I'd have a bit more grace, but they don't. So,
all right,
I don't care.
So next one, Twitch.
What about it?
Twitch
this
as
hellscape.
the streaming platform right now as an artist.
Shame. Fuck you, Twitch. Put that.
Yes.
Clip that. Use that voice audio every time someone subscribes. Play that. Dude, fuck this place. Do you hear what they did? I don't want to even. If I start talking about Emiru, I'm gonna go crazy. But they didn't even talk to her before they released that apology.
Just you wait, because the next one is Dan Clancy.
I was rooting for you the whole time. I was rooting for you.
You had everything.
Fucking suit. Just another suit. I'm literally. I'm like, who? Who gives a fuck? How has Amazon not replaced this clown?
Fair, valid. So, because the very next one is the TwitchCon security response.
They had security there? I didn't know that.
Well, GamerSups did. Shout out to GamerSups.
Oh, I'm holding my face.
GamerSups, that was the thing where GamerSups had actually loaned out their security to individuals.
Oh, they make so much fucking money at cons. The convention halls usually have their own security. There's a lot. I won't like name drop every fucking Twitch streamer that won't go to TwitchCon because of lack of security. But they're right. They're right.
Twitch. Let's go.
They're right. They're right. They are right. Twitch should not do another TwitchCon. Ever again. They've ruined it. They've proven that they are unsafe. Emiru could have been stabbed.
It could have been a lot worse, and like there could have been,
and she wouldn't have been the first woman being killed at a fucking convention tragedy because of no security.
God. That would have been 10 times worse. Oh my God.
She's not even the first one. And so honestly, like, dude, I used to watch Emiru back when she was dating fucking Dyrus in League of Legends, right? I've always been a fan. I'm getting heated. No, TwitchCon has fundamentally fucked themselves.
I kind of want to add one in that wasn't on here. I'm going to add it in just for fun.
Shame.
The Mizkif situation.
I always knew that moist-lipped eyebrow motherfucker was awful. I've hated that bitch since day one. Fuck Mizkif, dude.
I love it when you're venomous.
I hate him so specifically. I've never liked him. I've never liked this guy. He fucking abused Maya. I'm getting mad. My arms are up.
You come out with that like Brooklyn like venom, like I'm a rip someone's throat out.
I'm born and raised in Jane and Finch, baby. Like like West End of Toronto. Like I just No. Here's the thing. Is OTK paid his legal funds so he could get out of probably what I consider to be, in my opinion, a credible accusation of assault.
Yeah.
And they're on the record for that. So as far as I'm concerned, he is a piece of shit through and through. He literally said, oh, but Emiru threw a Kirby plushie at me when I punched a hole in the wall. Hello? It's called reactive abuse. It's called being terrified. This guy, wow. When he's on record for speeding twice with 2 different girlfriends to punish them. He could have gotten them killed. Yeah,
whoa,
that's some classic domestic abuse. I don't want to get into this too much because I'm just going to get mad. But no, I hope he fucking filed a lawsuit against Asmongold. How dare you make me be on Asmongold's side? How dare you?
How dare you make me agree with the ghoul?
You don't want to agree with anyone called the Roach King, dude. Like,
no, I feel dirty.
How dare you? How dare you? Because now I'm on his side. Now I'm on his side.
I don't even want to touch on the Tectone part of OTK.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're shaming.
Yeah, shame, dude.
Shame. Okay, so social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shame.
That's pretty easy.
Here's the problem with artists is no one's cutting their teeth in DeviantArt anymore. So they all have this like flowery idea of how social media is going to work, and then they join and they only have 25 followers and they don't understand how this could work. And I hate that is the case. There was this like trend, and it was like under 500 club, under 5K club for artists, and you would go through the tag and you would see crazy fucking artists with like 300 followers, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Because they didn't draw what the algorithm wants, right?
Yeah.
But I'll always remember, this is actually why if I follow you, no, I've checked your profile out first. Because I remember there's one artist I was following, and they did like what's that fucking chess game with the dudes, but it's anime and romance?
Romance. It's chess game.
Yeah, it's like chess.
It's
got the dudes in it.
Deep Space one, right?
No. It's got the blue-haired girl, and then you could be a blue-haired boy, and you got Dimitri in it. He's like blonde. Someone help me, please! I'm begging you. Anyways, they drew that shit.
Oh,
I'm describing it perfectly.
Perfectly understanding.
I don't understand why no one's on. No, not Persona. No, not Persona.
Persona pulls Jen
it's
out.
like
Persona.
Chess. It's like chess. You play chess with your dudes, and you have like an army, and everyone was in school. Anyways, someone will know. Someone will know exactly what I'm talking about. And they did this post. Fire Emblem. They did
there
this
we
post.
go.
And they did this post, and it was like, honestly, if you don't have a few K followers, you should just like give up on being an artist because it clearly means you're not good. And I was like, wow,
what?
You draw characters from Fire Emblem getting plowed, and that's why you have a lot of followers. That's why. It has nothing to do with talent. So I just thought that was so arrogant and so stupid because some of the best artists out there have no fucking followers because they're working.
Yeah, what was it?
And they can't post shit.
Was it Picasso or Michelangelo who was undiscovered until after he died?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Like, so that's the thing with social media is it also promotes that mindset that person had.
Yeah.
Which was, I have success and I got it easily. Therefore, if you don't have success, it's because you're shit. But that is just, first of all, the math ain't mathin'. That's just not how it works.
He steals all the art. Cat's popping off on this episode.
And it just doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid. It's so derivative of the narrative. It makes no sense. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to shame social media to the day I die. Is it's changed so much that people are arrogant because they didn't get made fun of on DeviantArt for drawing their reader insert OC. And two, it's that it promotes a toxic number culture that you can't possibly keep up with.
That is a base take. That's so base. Right?
They call me soup base anyways.
Soup base.
They call me chicken bouillon.
They call me the mother sauce.
Do you know your mother sauce is, Fenris Star?
It's white, red.
No.
I remember how to make the white one, and I'm spacing.
Which one? There's two different white ones.
Well, there's the cream sauce where
one starts with a V, and one starts with a B.
Not bechamel, right? Is it bechamel?
Yeah, bechamel.
Bechamel is one of them because I remember how to make bechamel because it's a way to make really good mac and cheese. You make a bechamel first.
Yep, you make a bechamel sauce.
I'm spacing the rest because I'm in podcast mode. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's okay.
I knew them once.
Velouté, you have your velouté, your bechamel. You have there's you can make sauce robert, but you have you have your beef. Pretty much it's marinara, so you have your beef, cream, tomato, and then all sauces stem from those.
Right. Original cook here. So next one.
What temperature is mid-rare? No.
Jesus,
it's 135. Anyways.
Social media drama.
Oh, love it. Shake that bitch. Shake her down. Oh, I love it. I read all 1,000 pages of fucking Cinna, whatever the fuck her name is. Fucking Google Doc.
Yeah, because I got that. I saw that. I sent it to you, and you were just like,
oh, fuck, bitch. I had that thing on 120.
It was like the hot French pizza.
Oh, she's so stupid.
So you love the social media drama.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the next one, content creator drama.
Love it. Shake, shake, shake.
All right.
Here's the thing. The thing. When you had asked Caleb this question, I thought you both had a very, and I'm going to say this, man answer.
Okay.
Because dudes hate drama.
Yeah.
If I've come to Fenris here, I'll be like, so and so is stealing my art again, and his answer is like, ignore her. Don't answer her.
That's my honest PR answer.
And I'm just like, you are so fucking boring. I need a woman. Where is a femme? Like, get them in here, because
Okay,
that's not the answer. That's not the answer I want.
we have a
thing-
rebuttal.
Let me say one thing.
Mm.
Let me say one thing. I think you're both correct. Fundamentally, you're both correct. Stay out of drama and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
That being said, when somebody presents drama, I don't see it as drama. I see it as a warning. I think people don't think drama is dangerous. When I see what Cinnabus did, I see it as a warning to not work with them as a creative. I see it as a warning to not interact with their fans, because this is the mindset that their fans have. And that is a warning to a community. So when somebody posts drama, quote unquote,
Right.
what is the underlying tone here? What are they trying to warn me? Because if someone tells me that somebody is an art thief, that tells me to block them because I'm a creative. And that tells me to protect myself against them. Where some people go, oh, you're just accusing someone of being an artist because you love drama. Like, I'm like, no, this person is harmful. This person scams. I need to avoid them.
That's very valid then, because like it's a self-defense mechanism as a creative.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's how I've always seen it. Now I don't always believe what I read. I want to make that very clear. I always try and wait for both sides unless the evidence is so damning. Unless it is like there's no escape. I typically try and see what the other side has to say. That being said, usually when somebody's doing like a 300-page Google Doc of nothing but like when Emiru did her video, she had proof.
Yeah.
And of how he acts, and he was a textbook abuser, to like he didn't miss any of the fucking plot points. He did them all, right? And she had proof. And you could argue that that's a drama video, right? But as a woman and a survivor, I see that as a warning, right? That do not work with this individual. And I don't probably like, oh, he would never work with you. I've worked with a bunch of people. Don't work with this person. They're an abuser. And that's my takeaway.
Got it. It's a red flag, right? Literally a red flag.
I think it's important to call out harmful people.
Okay. Okay. So sounds like that's a shake. That's a really good reason too. So next one is a more professional one. NDAs.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What about them? Like them? I think that they are important. I do. That being said, no one fucking knows how they work. First of all, they have to have parameters and they have to have timelines. You can't just be like, you can never speak of anything that happens in this company while you're working. Like, oh, fuck the Illuminati drama, where she had her people in her company in indefinite NDAs long after their exposure, and she tried to have those NDAs work before they were hired. That's not how it works. My NDA is 2 years. I think I kind of talked about it earlier with the book thing, but the person I'm working for or I'm taking on, I told them that you have to have the book to me within 2 years, because that is as long as I am willing to not post it. That is my NDA. That's what's going to be baked into my contract. After that, I put it on my portfolio because now I'm working at a deficit because you have not posted it. Therefore, I'm not getting attention for the cover I did. Right? I think NDAs do serve a purpose because of a competitive marketplace. And people are leeches and idea stealers, and they suck and they're boring. I think they matter to an extent, but I think too many people take them too far.
Got it. Yeah, that's fair.
So I would say shake.
Yeah, there's ways and times NDAs are valuable to the process, but like
as long as there's like non-compete clauses, I think are harmful, but I don't think NDAs are harmful. Yeah,
fair and valid. My brain when you said Illuminati went immediately to Avantris. That's Illuminati talk.
That's Illuminati talk.
Anyways, last few ones are kind of just fun ones. One Piece.
Love it. Oh, I love One Piece. I've gotten into fights about One Piece because I know, think of what you want about Hassan. That's not the point. When he was on that one Japanese podcast and he was trying to tell all of these fucking weebs that One Piece is political and they wouldn't believe him, I was so mad. I was like, they literally burned the government flag. What do you mean it's not political? Anyways, I love One Piece. I love the stories that it tells. I wish Oda would write more romance. He's good at it.
Actually, yeah.
I like the recent chapters. I won't do spoilers, even though I think spoilers are stupid and arbitrary when people care about them. Anyways, love One Piece. I think it's great.
Okay, so
it's ending soon.
It is.
I think it's great.
So then the One Piece live action.
I love it. I think it's great. I think it's the best live action to ever be made.
It definitely is. Like Netflix has a bad
Like, by
history
far.
of live actions.
Like by far, like the Bleach live action,
Oh.
disgusting.
Which guess
Disgusting.
what the
Fucking the
guess what the
Full
next
Metal
question
Alchemist
is.
one, disgusting.
So the next one was Bleach.
Yep. Love Bleach, dude. Show me a page, and I'll tell you what chapter it's from. Like, I'm not lying. I love Bleach. I think it's great.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was homeless. I got kicked out when I was 15 years old, and all I had, was volume. I think it was like 8 of Bleach, and I would reread it over and over and over and over again, and I colored in it and all these things. And when I took it to the homeless shelter with me, and it's literally all I had. So. I remember I would stay up till like 3 a.m. First, Inuyasha would come on, then Naruto, then Bleach.
My God.
I had no fucking clue what was going on because we were already in the Soul Society arc. Okay.
Yeah.
No idea what the fuck was going on. Aizen had already betrayed everyone, and I was like, I don't like this guy. And I was hooked ever since then. That and Blue Dragon, which was airing around the same time, another fucking anime no one knows about. But I've loved Bleach till the day I die. I've tried to practice Kubo style, eat myself. I got involved with the OC fandom, which is, I like to think, given me potentially lifelong friends. As I love Bleach, I am critical of some of the things Kubo has drawn, some of his writing techniques, some of his plot points. I think if you love something, you should be free to criticize it. And I think that he relies too much on the Deus Ex Machina ideas of theater. And if you don't know what that is, it's like, say you got beat up. Oh, you've been beat up. Ow. Give me your best beat up noise.
Right.
Yeah, so you're beat up. You're on the ground. You pull out, and they're all kicking you, and they bring you up. You pull out a fucking grenade. Nowhere has it shown that you have a grenade in the entire plot. Ever.
The ass void pocket.
Yeah. So... that Kubo relies on that a lot, and I think that's lazy writing. That being said, I still fucking read that shit. Like, I still read it.
Right.
That's always been my biggest criticism of Kubo. That, and please stop sexualizing minors. But that could be said to any manga artist.
Yeah, that's a problem. We need Chekhov's grenade.
Oh, that's early Bleach. That's actually not a cover. I'm not answering that question because that will reveal how crazy I am. But that's from one of the early ones. That's the Soul Society arc easily. Probably like I'd say like 80 to 85.
For those of you listening to the podcast, the VOD of this, we have a actual Bleach page shared.
Well, I'm really wrong. I'm like, wait, let me one sec. I feel like I'm right for some arbitrary reason. Bleach. Keep talking.
1 second, I'm right. All right. The next few are going to be this or that. I understand where I went wrong. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Brace yourself for this one.
All right.
Sonic or Shadow?
Shadow. What the fuck?
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
So
why would you ask me that?
I mean,
babies, do not interrupt me. I'm on a call. Disney's talking to me.
So the next one after that.
We're babies.
What?
You hear her?
Yeah,
she's yelling at me.
Daisy May.
Like Daisy May my cat Daisy May is yelling at me. She's
I would like to welcome guests onto the Origin Stories podcast. Daisy May.
Do you have something you want to say to the camera, Daisy May? No.
No.
Right, what's your next question?
Rouge or Amy?
Oh, it's a hard one. I would say old Rouge, new Amy.
Really?
New Amy's good. Old Rouge is better.
Old Rouge is better. I can see that. All right.
Yeah.
And so for the last one, this is the very last one, and I think I know the answer.
Oh.
Cats or dogs?
I'll say cats because I've only had a dog once, so I feel like I know cats better. But I like both. Fair
and valid. Shout out Vana. You designed Vana. All right. That's it for Shader Shane. Thank you so much, Sugar. We have some viewer questions we can read through. Do you have the sheet open? Do you want to
You can just read them out to me.
All right. So first one, coming from Raining Robots. How do you stay creative? I love how I've
Love
set
you.
this
I
up.
love you, Heather. Heather, I'd die for you. One time, Heather and I were playing Lethal Company,
Mm,
and I was really scared because I was really drunk,
mm.
and I was lost. Everyone was dead, and Heather made this fucking monster noise. I was like, like that, and I got so scared. And then she's like, "Yeah, so anyways, guys, thanks for subscribing." I'm like, and I screamed at my top of my lung. I said, "Heather, you stupid bitch," at the
I
top of
might
my
have
lungs,
that clip
and I'll
somewhere.
never forget that. Um, anyways, Raining Robots, great person. You should check him out.
How do you stay creative, and what do you do to reduce feeling burnout?
First of all, I just scroll through Pinterest and I let Pinterest be creative for me. And you can now turn off AI on Pinterest, so that's always been my go-to.
It's great.
Is that kind of image stimulant. And then burnout for me only exists in personal work because I have a degree of separation. I don't get burnout from commission work. That being said, I do start to feel it. There was one, I think in 2022, I worked 8 months straight without a day off.
Wow.
Between creative work and a day job. I didn't have a day off for a really, really long time, and I burnt out a little bit. And when you're neurodivergent, burnout is real. It is something you need to be very aware of because it can take months to heal.
Yeah.
I would say you let yourself get into burnout. So a lot of people will call themselves burnt out when they mean uninspired. Like people are like, I'm burnt out because I don't know what pose to draw Ichigo in today. That's not burnout. That's just being uninspired. They're different. And I think burnout can be very easily prevented if you just take care of yourself. There's a video Jaden Animation, another great Ace creator, did where she got like full body hives and had to go to the ER multiple times because she burnt out and was really stressed. And her body had a physical reaction to it. And I think if you want to prevent burnout, just don't let yourself be burnt out. Take time away.
All right. That's a good answer. Next one is from Barnum. What was the most difficult commission you've completed artistically?
Fuck. I just did one for somebody named Nox Potton when it was two of their characters. Their character was really complicated. That was difficult. I redrew their character multiple times. I could not get the composition correct. And I was getting really, really frustrated with myself. Other than that, this is going to sound pretentious, and I apologize. I don't take on commissions I don't think I can complete. And I often don't necessarily struggle because I don't do anything I don't think I could do, if that makes any sense. That being said, I definitely have commissions that have taken me 3 hours, and I have some that have taken me like 40. Yeah. It all just depends on the level of detail and how much redirection is going on. Any recent illustration is probably where I've put the most work into, and it will just continue from there.
No, that's valid business decision is learning your limits and knowing how to stay within them.
I hate working hard.
Yep.
Fuck that.
All right. So this one is from Scattle Battle.
I hate this person. Anyways.
If money and time were not an issue, what other artistic medium would you want to venture into? And why?
Oil painting. The fuck?
Really?
Fuck. Oh, yeah, dude. If somebody wants to fucking buy my oil paints for me and my canvases, let's do it. I'll learn right now. Pretty much anything that requires physical media, because that requires a monetary value.
Yeah.
I would love to own Copic markers. It's not going to happen in my lifetime.
Yep. I've seen some crazy stuff done with Copics.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So that's one is from Boss. For new creators, what would you say is the best way to gain interest for your work for bigger projects?
Fan art.
Or in short, how do you get the ball rolling? So it sounds like fan art.
Fan art. Yeah. My only advice though is pick what's popular. Dump out a bunch of popular. Do not. Okay. As much as I love Zola from Blue Dragon, none of you motherfuckers know who that is. Do not, just because something is a media that is fan art does not mean it will be received. Pick the popular girl of the week, pick the popular boy of the week, draw them 25 fucking times, get a following, then try and show people your bullshit. That's what you do. If you make music inspired by games that are popular. And have them royalty free, so fucking every Fortnite streamer on the planet can have it looping in their fucking background.
Yeah.
Create things that can be used by other media, and then show them your bullshit. You got to have an audience first. It's the same when people like think they're going to make a Patreon and they're going to become rich. You need a following. You already need people that are willing to support you monetarily. It's not going to happen because you would like it to. And then, like, I remember there's this clip of Ninja that people got a lot of flack, but he was being honest. If you've been streaming for 6 years and you have 10 followers, this might not be the job for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I think a lot of people need actualized real advice about growth. You need to be able to do things like, if you want to be somebody who just streams Age of Mythology, I get it.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is watching Age of Mythology? No one. Right? You need to be willing to stream League of Legends one night a week if you want people to fucking care.
Yeah, I mean,
and just blast in bronze.
That kind of goes back to, like, you know, one of my core advices is like, focus on having fun first, right? Yeah. You know, because no one wants to come in and just see you suffer.
Oh,
right?
They might. Depends on what you're suffering.
Depends on the suffering, right? If it's suffering at their hands, yeah.
If you're in a bad mood, people know. But if you're being forced, it's like there was the best stream of all time will always be Tyler 1 when he got unbanned from League of Legends and he streamed for 24 hours in cosplay, and you got to watch the cosplay melt into his skin as he suffered.
Right.
Greatest stream of all time.
There's a lot of layers to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler 1.
Let's go. All right. So I wait.
Father of 2.
The Bean. What would you say is the most challenging work you've done, if you're able to talk about it? That's kind of the same as Martin's question, but
book covers for sure.
Book covers? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's schematics involved. There is public perception involved. There's marketing involved. There's merchandise involved. Did I say public perception? Because there's that.
Yeah.
There is working with an author who's typically an indie author, so it's not a publishing house, right? So I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing, because they do, and a lot of them are very creative and fun, but a lot of them don't always know what's right in the moment, which means you need to learn, right? Like, so you because you'll make a mistake because the author didn't tell you, but now it's on the author's back, right? I've also been held accountable for drawing book covers too good for books that weren't well received.
Yeah.
So then I'm on the hook for that, right? I would definitely say book covers are the hardest thing.
That's fair, because there's a lot of elements that goes into that, and a lot of things that are just like you don't learn that unless you've done it. You know?
It's what I said earlier, but unless you fuck up a dish, you don't know how to fix it for next time.
So next one, this is a good one. How did you come around picking your artist's name?
It's lyrics from a Korn song.
I don't know what to follow up with that. I'm just like, that's so straightforward. Next question.
My sweet sugar gun, unlike nothing. I thought it sounded cool.
It's just not the dual on.
Yeah, just like that. Next question.
New artist name. Well, what was the aha moment in deciding to go in on art? I think we already hit this, Tana.
Yeah, but I can not dodging the corn smelling allegations. Anyways. Yeah, it was literally I could draw and I liked this way more than whatever the fuck else I was doing.
Got it. So Kat comes in with a question. How'd you get started on book covers, mostly on the side of communicating with authors? Did you go to them, or did you wait for someone to find you?
So I drew really horny Illidan Storm Rage art. And a book fucker, like monster fucker, saw it and wanted that for themselves. Yeah.
So
that's why I said draw fan art.
Ladies and gents, yeah, draw horny Storm Rage.
The people want Illidan Storm Rage. I'm telling you.
This one comes from Obscurus Caleb. What was the hardest part of being an artist during the rise of Gen AI?
Well, the thing is that clients that were always going to fuck you over were always going to choose Gen AI. It's always an inevitability, right?
Inevitability.
And and it so once I lost a 3-book cover deal to AI, and I know that because they told me, and then they sent me the TikTok that recommended cutting out real artists in favor of AI to save money.
Why rub that in?
Because people think that advice is helping you when they justify their decisions.
Yeah.
Instead of rubbing your nose in it. And I believe that this person genuinely thought they were defending themselves. Because, you know, what's the thing? Don't attribute malice to what you can attribute to incompetence. Most people are just incompetent idiots when it comes to this kind of shit. And anybody who dips into AI before they dip into anything else, I do believe that AI has a small place in the world, especially when it comes to the medical field.
Yep.
I think that medical AI is doing a lot of help and a lot of good. And I am understanding to a certain extent when it comes to disabilities. That being said, it's not ethical. So unless ethical AI can be made, which it can't, I don't necessarily believe in a world where it exists in a creative field. All I see it as is a way to further drive out anyone with a job, because so many jobs are at risk for AI, not just for creativity. I think it needs to be litigated. I think it needs to have laws, and I think artists need to be compensated, or else it cannot exist anymore. And I already know for a fact that that's happening. If these are already in court, more and more lawsuits are going to be filed, and so there is hope. That being said, the genie is already out of the bottle. And I think AI is not going anywhere, but hopefully it has some restraints on it. But if I see you using AI, I've had clients send me AIs, their references, and they didn't even know it was AI. So I try not to have too much like anger. That being said, I will tell you not to send me AI if you send me AI.
It's
very politely.
Hard to like take a moment and look when you're rushing to do stuff. You know, so like it's kind of fair to have that respect of,
I'm just very politely, please don't send me AI. This is AI. A lot of people don't know, and a lot of people feel really embarrassed too. So I try not to rub it in.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
No,
not at all. No,
not at all.
Next question from the mysterious S is all they put. What are your tips are for working through creative burnout as an artist for hire?
So separation helps. Deadlines help. Having start times help. I start work at 3. I would recommend having a clean workspace too. I find that burnout can feel more real when you're buried. And whatever your level of mess is, if you can clean that, because not everyone's mess is the same, right? Having a clean workspace, understanding what you want to get done. And I also think giving yourself grace, not excuses, but grace. Being like, okay, it's the same thing with spoons. Like maybe I only have enough burnout survivability to do the lines today. I'll just do the lines today. Tomorrow I'll flat it. And you know what, if my client asks, I'll be like, okay, I think I can get this done by Friday. Hey, I'll have this to you in your hands by Friday. And now you have a workable goal. And if you're still really feeling that burnout, just take a day or 2 off, right? Like let yourself reset. If you have something that you find is creatively stimulating, that's not what is giving you burnout, whether it could be writing, it could be cosplay, it could be painting, it could be like editing, it could be creating music, something not what that is, that can also help a lot.
Yep. All right. First half of this questions we've already answered. We'll kind of focus on the second half. Where are some hardships you've encountered in art in this career, as well as some highs you've experienced?
Whenever someone tips me as a high, thank you for that. Lows are having to lower my prices because people can't afford art, which means I go without because I'm doing the same amount of work, but I need the volume that comes in.
Gotcha.
So that is a hardship I've definitely experienced recently.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. It's hard to like take a perspective on that, you know, because it's like I'm like, you should be getting paid more, and it's like, well, people aren't.
No one has the money. Art is down 35%. Anything. I should clarify that luxury is down 35%.
Yeah.
So art is a luxury.
Yep. So a happier topic. What piece was your all-time favorite to work on, and what made it enjoyable, special?
Paid, like paid work.
I think
Is
just
that the question?
favorite piece to work on of all time.
Oh fuck. So I'm gonna say this really nicely. I'm gonna hold everyone's hand when I say this. I don't enjoy doing commissions. I don't.
Okay.
Don't want to do them. I do them to survive. That being said, it's nothing against the client. It's work. It's just work for me. I'm holding everyone's hand when I say this. That doesn't mean don't commission me. That doesn't mean I hate your characters. That doesn't mean anything like that. It just means it's work.
Yep.
It is, right? I can, sometimes you don't enjoy the work you do because you want to be doing something else. Everyone does that. When you go to your work and you work at fucking Chick-fil-A and somebody brings back their chicken burger because you put sauce on it, like, yeah, sure, they have insurance there. I fucking hate working here.
Yeah.
Right? That being said, there are some commissions that I have enjoyed more than others. I did anything that I did like a princess piece run. I liked all of those. Mostly because I got to draw kind of what I would want to draw. I typically enjoy doing any kind of character sheet. I enjoy that creativity. I enjoy the character creation process a lot. And then for personal work, I did anything that is fully rendered. I probably liked. So some of the Halloween time art I've enjoyed doing. If there's any kind of Halloween piece you see me do, I probably enjoyed that. I recently did one of my character like picking flowers in the Savannah sun. She has like white hair, and I made it really glowy. I like doing that one. I used to really enjoy doing Patreon rewards back in the day, before I had to close my Patreon, and doing stickers. Like I like doing that. I like drawing hot bitch stuff.
All right. So then, what's your personal perspective on creativity?
If you describe yourself as a creative, I probably think you're pretentious, but I think everyone should be creative.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
That's it. Do you invest in lore of the author's story in order to understand their direction more for their character design?
Okay. I'm gonna take everyone's hand again. Everyone, put your paws out. I'm gonna take them. Authors don't tell you shit about the book. You don't know shit. You know what they want on the cover. At all. I don't know fucking anything about these books when I make them, which is a fear of mine. So there is a book that has been pulled. It's called Daddy's Little Monster. They didn't tell the book cover artist that what this book was about. The author has been arrested. Let's put it that way. For the contents of this book. So I would love it if authors would tell me more about what's going on. I have added to my terms and services that you have to tell me the triggers of the book so that I know whether or not I want to put my name on it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no, I have no idea what these books are about. I don't even get them a copy. I got to buy it myself. So,
Jesus.
Which I have.
Yeah.
Gemma Voss has sent me books before, though. She is who I usually work with, and I just want to say she's amazing.
Shout out.
Some Colleen Hoover shit. Yep.
All right. Next one. I might know the answer to this one. Who was the first streamer you create a PNG tuber for, and what made you want to design for Twitch VTuber community?
I think you were. Because I created for myself. And then I've done a PNG tuber for Airy Varies, and for you and myself. I think I've done a few others, but I don't really remember their name, if I'm going to be fair.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah.
Money made me do it.
No,
I know that's a cheap answer, but if you'll pay me, I'll draw almost anything. So
listen, there's no shame in being a mercenary, right? People have to do it, right? So these next three are coming from Jess Llama. If I don't know who this is. What was it that introduced you to doing covers art for novels?
So I was reached out to a publishing house in 2020 to create a book cover for an artist with a nothing budget, and I took it immediately, and they never used it. It's called Being Vaulted. Sometimes they'll go with multiple artists, and then it'll go before a team, and then they'll pick the one they like. And while it was fun, That was it. That was kind of the end of it. And then I drew a commission of Sexy Illidan Stormrage, and Gemma Voss saw it and said mine, and it kind of went from there. It was literally like, there's a part of me that doesn't. I want to do comics. That's what I want. Book covers is kind of like my foot in the door because it's still cover work. As far as I'm concerned, I usually like this is gonna. I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but this is a sentiment I see a lot of like artists share that do a lot of work. Is if you're paying me, you're paying me. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with book covers or being like into books as much as it just has to doing. I like to pay my rent. Like that's it.
Everyone hates it, but it feels so good once it's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this one we've already hit on, but I'm going to ask you anyways because I know it's going to trigger you. Is there a type of art you want to learn more about, like oil painting, etc.?
Damn, oil painting, how specific. I would like to learn how to paint in general. I don't have the patience for it. I like instant results and I like the bucket tool. I think I would love to learn how to make music. That's one that I can't do. I can't come up with a song. I can't. I've tried. I've fucking tried, man. I don't know how. I would love to learn how. I don't even know there's like a word to like, can you hear the pitch of music? Intonation. Oh, yeah. I don't think I have that.
I mean, I know musicians, so there's a whole thing with music theory where there is actually a formula to create music, right? But it's like, how much do you comply?
Of course, there's math involved,
right? So that's one. Since art is part of your career, do you ever find yourself getting burnt out or disliking drawing as a hobby?
I dislike drawing commissions as like I don't like that I have to survive off of them, which can make me resentful at times. Yeah. I've only ever really noticeably burnt out like once or twice in my life. And as far as I'm concerned, I would say not really.
Don't ask me how much I use actual music theory, right?
I don't really struggle with burnout personally, to be fair. So
no, that's valid. Favorite thing about designing?
My being able to show off my ideas in like a place where they can be perceived, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times I can post whatever cringe I want online, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people will be interested in it. But I feel like when you're doing creative work with clientele, you do get like, I know that everybody's like, I don't want to be perceived. There's sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not going to die. And I think that aspect in a controlled environment, I find enjoyable.
Gotcha. Okay. So this one, have you ever done book covers for popular authors? If so, what are the titles?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of like once it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands, right?
Yeah. Goodbye, Felicia.
Right. Okay, so last one. This is very last question. What is a comic series you really wanted to do work for?
So there's two aspects. Is I'll work for whatever comic wants to hire me. I know that's a sentiment a lot of comic book artists have, which I get. I want to work for studios that will pay me on time. There are some out there that don't.
Yeah.
And it is a problem. A lot of artists, especially comic book artists, are horrifically underpaid. I've seen contracts where it's $10 a page, like horrifically underpaid. Getting to work with Harley Quinn was really cool. I think I'd probably stay in DC, or I'd like to do like webtoons, like someone's own personal creative work. I'd love to do Jason Todd, anything, Red Hood. I'd love to do Supergirl, big Supergirl fan. I would love to do Sonic as well. Like I would love to do work for IDW. That being said, if you hire me, I'll work for you. So that's that.
Right on. Sugargun, you've been great. You've been a wonderful guest as always, and you're always a good friend. So for to wrap this up, I'm going to ask the question again. What's your origin story?
Do I answer?
Yeah. I mean, knowing
Is that
everything,
the end?
this is the last question. What is your origin story?
Okay. I don't know. I already said it.
Well,
I'm scared. I've been
what
going
is
back
your
in time.
summarized version of it?
I draw things for people. Orange. For some reason, I think orange, red, and pink go together. I don't know.
It's too many questions. Too
Her
many
sister
questions.
was a baby, and the baby had no hands and no legs, and it was a stump. And I had to take care of the baby. That's my origin story.
All right, Sugar. Where can people find you?
Thank you for having me. I stream on Twitch when I feel like it under Sugar Gun. I'm on Instagram. Hate it there though. I'm on Blue Sky, Sugar Gun as well. The dreaded X. I'm still there, unfortunately. Trying to get off of it though. Yeah. That's the vibes. I'm also on VGen if you want a Sonic style commission.
All right. Do you have anything upcoming or anything you want to plug?
Gemma Voss is coming out with a book, hopefully before the end of the new year. I am actually working on a cover with Caleb Obscurus, who was the first guest, which we should be starting next month, hopefully. I am also actively working on another book for Gemma Voss, but it's not till next year. It has to do with a retelling of Hades and Persephone. That's gonna be my little spoiler. Yeah, that's all I got going on right now. I tried to make a new PNG tuber for tonight, but I only had one day off and I couldn't get it in.
I'm going.
So new PNG tuber in the future. I'm
going to add this story in where Sugar literally sends me a sketch. I'm just like, oh, you're working on a new PNG tuber, and then she gets as far as flats and colors. I'm just like, are you about to debut a new PNG tuber design model on my podcast? And she's like, no.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. You've been a great host. I gotta go now.
Anyways, y'all, please go follow and support Sugar, one of my best friends.
I love money. Please commission me.
Please do support the homies. All right, Sugar. Thank you again for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Crisp over 3 hours.
Right? I know. I'm trying to make these. They're going to be what they're going to be. You know, It's a podcast. Yeah. That's what it's about.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. Y'all, thank you so much. If you have guests you want to recommend, there is a form. Is in the pinned messages. Please go check out Sugar Gun on all of her socials and locations. And I guess the next guest has accepted. I will put it out officially on Monday, but look forward to episode 3 with the homie Bitterbits.
Bitter man himself.
The Bitter Man himself. So y'all, thank you so much. I will see you next time. And yeah, what's your origin story?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.